Location, the lab. Quentin only has 24 hours to sell his car. Is that even possible? He goes to Carvana.com.
What is this, a movie trailer?
He ignores the doubters, enters his license plate. Wow, that's a great offer. The car is sold, but will Carvana pick it up in time for...
They'll literally pick it up tomorrow morning. Done with the dramatics?
Car selling in record time.
Save your time. Go to Carvana.com and sell your car today. Pickup fees may apply.
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy...
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
Is anyone out there?
Another salesperson enduring the endless search. Exhausting. If you want to get right to the right conversations, you need LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Whether you're looking for new leads or strengthening existing relationships at your top accounts, get right to the right conversations with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Try LinkedIn Sales Navigator now with a free 60-day trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial.
Terms and conditions apply!
Llegaron los nuevos McCrispy Strips, listos para aventurarse en la mezcla de mayo ketchup, la barbecue que quedó en el fondo de la cajita, hot fudge sundae y en la nueva creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Los nuevos McCrispy Strips, ahora en McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
Cold open.
The old cold open. Boy, we haven't recorded in a long time.
Well, the whole do the rehearsal and the cold open thing isn't really working right now because we already pivoted to a different platform for that. So you guys want to do a little live show talk?
Well, first of all, let's let everyone know who's like, wait a second, I get my rehearsal updates from the cold opens months later after the show aired.
Yeah, let's let them know now.
Well, everyone was dumb that didn't subscribe to the Patreon because you could have been doing updates with us when the show was still coming out.
We're doing rehearsal Washington.
Sign up for the Patreon now.
Yeah.
You can go watch the rehearsal re-Washingtons. If you've never watched the rehearsal, all you got to do is watch the first episode of season 2. And then you can watch all the rest of season 2 with us.
Well, not anymore because we already did it.
No, you can watch the old ones.
You can watch it with us. It's us from before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But we're still there.
We're still there.
So this is 25 years later kind of thing? Or 25 years earlier in Greece.
25 years earlier. Well,
yeah. So we opened the cold open in the present day.
Yeah.
And then we went to 2 weeks earlier where we recorded the rehearsal rewatching Tits.
Just 2 weeks.
That's it?
Okay.
2 weeks.
All right.
And now we're jumping right back to now. Now we're back.
We pick up right where we left off before we went back.
Amin can walk now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Amin can walk. Yeah.
It also turned out a Nobel Prize.
And my grotesque face is slightly less grotesque, but still pretty upsetting.
Okay. Look at this photograph. It's going to have a lot of questions. Maybe not so many jokes, but just questions.
Yeah, look at this photograph this week. It's like, am I going to do every single one of these? Nah.
You guys get the point.
At a certain point, it was like, they'll get it.
You get the point.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
Now, you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse. So we're not going to fight anymore.
You think this dude's going to take Ed down?
MVP is going to blow Ed out of the water.
He's the most valuable primate.
You betray the law.
I'm sorry, misogynist. Men are hoes too.
You've said hoes 58 times in this episode, and I'm the misogynist?
What are you unbelievable, man?
Wait, you guys have notes about 9/11 for this movie? How do you not?
Yap about this and yap about that and yap all night long. Fucking yap.
It was in my dream. That's not how I feel.
It is how you feel. It was in your dream.
Some of us like to be prepared.
How are you not taking accountability for your mind?
Because I know I'm lying. Like, I know for a fact I'm lying.
You
sick little bitch.
It was awful. It was incredibly boring. It was long. It was stupid. It was horribly written. The acting was terrible. It was a huge piece of shit. You're a fraud. It's a phobe.
So everybody just be very respectful.
But he's dead now, right? So we can't make fun of him?
Is he dead? No, if he's dead, we can make fun of him. If he's still sick, we can't.
Hold on.
If he's dead, we can make fun of him.
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
Whenever I hear numbers, my head converts them into chess moves or seats at the garden.
I don't know what happened to you, man. You used to be cool, and then you got blarted.
You tried to peg AIDS on me in the T-Rex episode?
That's my fault for not remembering what century I was in, bitch.
It's been a good run. Thanks for playing. See you at the eulogy.
You want the punani?
I don't require Ed to have a condom because I trust him.
Anthony, you're going to be busy today, huh?
Yeah, it's nothing new, chef.
Host! I am an alcohol segregationist.
That thing's going to move up like R. Kelly.
Salute to all the old ladies around the world. I love you.
You got horses. What you need a thoroughbred.
Sometimes my emotions are just roaring like a T-Rex.
That's a lot of pussy.
I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast we break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin and that's Anthony Mayes. Make sure you listen to us on Spotify, or we're going to inject you with something. And is it AIDS? We don't know. But you'll be a vampire.
Spotify is where you can vote in the poll, like the poll for The Quest. 33.1% phobe, 66.9% file.
Who is it that low?
Low. It feels low, right?
Spotify is also where you can leave a comment, like Kit
Culkin,
who commented, "So I was watching Samurai Cop the other day, and 30 seconds into the first sex scene, I got up to check no one's downstairs because you can see my TV from the kitchen. Coast was clear until 2 minutes later when softcore is still going and I hear, oh, as my son's 19-year-old girlfriend has come to the kitchen and stumbled upon this scene.
Oh, no.
Thinking fast, I yelled, 'It's a real movie. I'm not jerking off.' Kick, save it, a butte.
That didn't help it, I'm sure.
Like Nathan. What, he kicks everybody out?
Put a robot on the couch with him.
I cleared the set.
The robot's just looking around.
SoCal Alex commented, Mays sounding the gong for the first time and Zach saying CCP Chaplin's name made this an all-timer.
What was his name?
Cheng Ching Peng Chaplin? Don't hit the gong.
Don't say it fast.
Cheng Ching Peng Chaplin. That's his name.
It's a tongue twister.
Amin Al-Hassan, Cheng Ching Peng Chaplin. What's the problem?
You got to take your time when you say it.
You're making it racist.
I'm not making it anything.
You got to change that name. And then Neil Bo Scoful or Shoful says, was listening to the Time Cop episode again, and there's either an out-of-context cinephobe or a put-it-in-the-intro moment that needs to be pointed out when Zach says, AIDS be damned, I'm ready.
Zach said that?
Oh, like traveling to 1994, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. AIDS be damned, I'm ready.
When you started reading that comment from Kit, I thought it was going to be, so I'm listening to Cinephobe Top 5. What the fuck, Anthony Mayes? Get off my case already.
I'm a grifter, but I'm a good dad, though.
I'm a good dad.
Great dad.
My kids are successful.
I may grift like crazy, but I did it for my kids.
Some are dead, but I'm a good dad.
The ones who are alive, they appreciate it.
Leave us a review, leave a comment. Make sure you check out CT5 episodes on the main feed, Kit. Leave us your CT5 suggestions and lists on social media or in the Discord by being a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings. You get access to ad-free episodes, extended cold opens, rewatching live events, past, present, and future. Catch up on those rehearsal rewatchingtons with us. Episodes are early. You get access and discount on live show tickets. Thanks to everybody who came out to the live show. What a fun crowd that was. Access to our Discord and all the extra content, not just for Cinephobe, but across the CTD network. If you have a submission, submit it. It needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critic score. We hit episode 250, started a brand new Daisy Chain.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain.
I started getting censored in this intro because it was too long. And then I used Tommy Gun to realize we died at the hands of a Russian, didn't want anything to do with our estranged 12-year-old, decided to push him aside to mentor a dummy from Orlando Homa, all while trying to figure out how to be a manager in our CD head movies with Rocky V.
Orlando
Homa.
He mixed up Orlando and Oklahoma, but also Orlando Homa sounds like one of the brothers in Four Christmases.
It does. Mays used Daddy Issues.
Also sounds like a club.
Have us jungle cat around to find the animal in all of us, to battle a foreigner who isn't from here, and a rhino who gets hard in the day as a lion on the wall watches us try on vests from Banana Republic and Kraven the Hunter. Amin used superheroes to get him to start nagging me to date G-Girl on a fly tip before I broke it off with her because she was too crazy as we made jokes you can't make anymore, and learned sexual harassment was a two-way street with my super ex-girlfriend.
Updated to Ascot's daisy chain.
Now I'm also using superheroes. Well, I guess now I'm using superheroes because Mayes provoked me when I decided I want to have some fun, but he left me no choice to link us to the 2022 superhero vampire horror action adventure horror sci-fi thriller Morbius.
Superhero.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's not a vampire horror?
No.
No adventure? No thriller? Not much of a superhero.
Not at all.
They get real lazy with these superhero genres, but was this the one that had the ad campaign where it was like, is he good or is he bad? Morbius.
I vaguely remember that. Yes.
Is he a bad guy trying to do good, or is he a good guy who does bad because he can't help it? Morbius.
Was that Morbius or Morbius 2? Electric Boogaloo.
Good question.
CT5 sequels.
Oh, coming 3 weeks ago.
Morbius stars Jared Leto, Matt Smith, and Adria Arjona. Or Arjona.
Ariona.
Is it Ariona or Arjona?
Ariona.
No, she's from a part of the world where J's sound like her, guys.
Oh, okay. Arjona.
That is.
You know Jared from Lord of War, Urban Legend, Suicide Squad, and Haunted Mansion. Also, I believe, an Academy Award winner.
Clip pop star.
You were up there for like 10 seconds.
10 seconds is an eternity, Harry. It's a third of the way to Mars.
Connor, we've talked about this. 30 Seconds to Mars is the name of a band. It's not a fact.
I called him hepatitis incarnate.
Okay.
That's more Jared Leto than it is Morbius.
Matt is from House of Dragon, Last Night in Soho, and the Meanwhile in the TARDIS video series.
I'm sorry, what?
Meanwhile in the TARDIS. TARDIS. TARDIS.
I think I got to change my notes here, guys. Matt Smith stars into the TARDIS.
He was in Doctor Who for a long time. That's when he really blew up. And then The Crown.
Adria is a repeat offender from 6 Underground.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
We all definitely remember her.
I do, because Amin and I watched Andor.
Oh, okay.
So we love her. She's also great in Hitman with Glenn Powell.
Called her Bix at first, and I wanted to be more inclusive for Zach, so I just called her fine ass Dr. Bancroft.
I call her Hot Doctor the whole time.
Not a nurse.
We clarify that. I don't have much from the cast here, so I have Jared Harris from Mad Men.
Jared Harris plays Dr. I love Nicholas Hyde.
Oh, well, sure, that works.
I love Nicholas Hyde.
I called him Dr. Nick. Hi, everybody.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, I called him Dr. Diddler.
Okay, I had a question.
I've got answers.
It got resolved.
Yes.
We'll discover it along the way.
I was watching Bill Simmons and Zach Lowe.
Tatum's diddling around the top. He gets Robinson on
Diddling.
Diddling. He's diddling on the top.
Careful.
Diddling is, there's no going back, right?
Mm-mm.
We own that one now.
We own that one?
Yeah.
Careful.
Cinephobe owns that word.
I don't want to own that word.
Okay.
That's a crime.
To own the word? Word crimes?
No, the word's a crime.
The word is not a crime.
A really bad crime. One of the worst crimes you can do.
The word describes a crime. The word itself is not a crime. It's not a crime to say diddling.
It's a crime to me.
Is it? You say it a lot.
I'm not saying to say it. I'm just saying the word is such a crime and such a horrific crime. I don't want to own it. I don't want to say that's ours. This isn't the dumpster on Santa Monica. I don't want.
That's mine.
Not yet.
Tyrese.
Diddling.
Repeat offender from Legion.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Tyrese stars as Tyrese.
Always.
He's got a weird resume from the last couple years, man. I don't know what he's up to outside of Fast and Furious shit.
Well, he's up to saying yes.
Oh.
Zach, the trivia is going to blow you away, man. The Tyrese trivia.
Oh, boy.
Really?
Maze, do you know?
Yeah, I got there.
It's fucking amazing.
All right. I'm ready for it.
Throw the damn tile levels. This is fantastic.
Al Madrigal from Brian Sussman hating him.
Oh.
Really?
He used to talk so much shit about Al Madrigal. So Al Madrigal was on The Daily Show and he's a comedian and everything, but he used to claim that Al Madrigal's a snake and stabbed him in the back and everything. And now I'm like, what did you do to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone grift the grifter? What happened?
I don't know.
He was also in Air and The Way Back. So he's hanging out with Ben Affleck.
Al Madrigal plays Agent Jump to Conclusions.
Michael Keaton from The Other Guys. Clip it. Every line. That's all I got for the cast.
A lot of nobodies. This guy named Corey Johnson from The Mummy, Saving Private Ryan, and Bourne Ultimatum. A guy named Abraham Popula from Cruella.
Is he giant?
Giant Populas. And a J.K. Simmons cameo as J. Jonah Jameson was cut out of this movie.
Oh.
When it became evident to the filmmakers that Morbius did not actually exist in the same universe as Simmons' version of J. Jonah Jameson.
Morbius was directed by Daniel Espinosa. Daniel has directed Easy Money, Safe House, and Madam Luna.
Safe House, Denzel, and Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 writing credits for this one. Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless, both writing partners. They wrote Gods of Egypt, Power Rangers, and Repeat Offenders for Madam Werb.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I like how Sony didn't try to get anybody new to do any of this shit.
It works.
Yeah.
Synopsis for Morbius. Biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he inadvertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead.
Sure.
Is it though?
No.
Is that what he is?
No.
He has all the superpowers of a vampire. None of a vampire bat, though.
I think he's Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Literal Batman.
Literal Batman. Yes.
He mixed his blood and genetics with that of a bat.
Same note, too.
This movie is if we have Spider-Man at home, had a baby with, we have Batman at home.
Absolutely.
That's what will come out.
This is a kid smashing together 2 frozen snacks in the microwave.
Yeah.
This is what comes out.
It's a Hot Pocket and a Salisbury steak dinner smashed into one. Tagline.
Thanks, Stofers.
The line between hero and villain will be broken.
There it is. That's what this campaign was.
Alternate tagline. A new Marvel legend arrives. Apparently not.
They really wanted to be at the party. They really wanted those invites.
I've got a $75 million estimated budget. Gross 73.8 million US, 167.4 million worldwide. It's a hit.
Yeah, but this is one of those ones that was still regarded as a huge flop.
Marketing budget was massive.
Probably got to triple that budget.
Before we jump into this movie, you listen to the rest of this podcast. Morbius is available on Disney Plus.
Hey, so that's like in the MCU, right?
Close enough. So is Always Sunny and The Simpsons.
They're just as much in the MCU as Morbius.
Absolutely.
The Shogun.
Morbius receives 15% on 286 critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, 63% from the audience on over 5,000 ratings. Amin, check the positive or the negative reviews.
Keep this nice and simple. I'm a half full blood bag kind of guy. Give me the positives.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Mike LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle.
Nope.
Mick.
Oh.
No, I was talking to you.
Morbius director Daniel Espinosa goes in the other direction. If it's something you've seen before, like a rooftop battle, he'll give you just enough and no more. But if it's something new, something interesting between the characters, he lavishes time.
They fell off the roof. What is he talking about?
They jumped. Every time they're on a roof, they jump off immediately.
Lavishes time?
Lavishes time.
Did that get cut out of the part that I saw?
I thought for the runtime, this movie went pretty fast.
Yeah.
It flies.
It falls with style. I wouldn't say it flies.
It took me no lie, 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yeah.
Well, you fell asleep how many times?
No, it wasn't even that. It was just Instagram kept calling my name, man.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Deandra reviews of Black Girl Nerds.
Do the voice.
Running at 104 minutes, I was pretty impressed by its core theme. Health is a privilege.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Jesus.
Grace Randolph of Beyond the Trailer.
Grace Evans.
Whatever, man. I liked it. A very good vampire movie starring Jared Leto and Matt Smith, both in top form. Similar to 2009's Daybreakers. As good a launch as 2018's Venom. Fun theater experience if you're into comic book movies.
Whatever, man. I liked it. That works for me as a review.
Yeah.
Well, a lot better than Health is a Privilege or whatever the fuck that shit was.
Bilge Abiri of New York Magazine and Vulture.
Bilge Abiri and then get over it.
Morbius has no reason to exist as an actual movie, but maybe that's why it worked for me.
That's one way to look at it.
User Porter D, 5 out of 5 stars.
Porter D's nuts.
Funny you said that. I had stage 4 testicular cancer, and this was the last movie I saw while my family said goodbye with tear-filled eyes.
Can you imagine having cancer?
There were a lot of troll reviews in the user reviews for this.
Is that a real one?
I'm guessing not accurate. And then this was the last one just because there were so many of these. I was just like, I'm not going to go through these reviews for the users. User Wang Hong C, 5 out of 5 stars.
Chaplin?
When Morbius goes, it's Morbin time and starts morbing around.
Yeah, that was in the trivia.
A lot of those.
Yep.
Many people went to go see the movie and were disappointed that line didn't exist.
Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Nell Minow of Movie Mom.
Oh, jeez.
More like Morbius, am I right? The action scenes are poorly staged and the special effects are awful. Plus, it spends much too much time on the origin story somehow without ever making us connect to the title character. Hector A. Gonzalez of Loud and Clear Reviews. After multiple delays, Morbius, the highly anticipated new entry into Sony's Spider-Man universe, arrives with some of the worst world building we have seen in a long time. Annie Banks of Chuck Load of Comics. Not Chuck's Load.
Oh.
Chuck Load. I didn't lie, Annie. Just had a load of comics.
Banked, apparently.
Sony Pictures has proved one thing. Morbius succeeds as a vampire film as it drained life from itself.
Okay, that's trying to be too smart.
Kent Garrison of Mad About Movies podcast.
Hey, Mr. Garrison.
Why? Tom Santilli of Movie Show Plus. When Jared Leto is the best part of your movie, you know you're in serious trouble.
I've often said that. I don't know why he has the reputation that he does.
It's won an Oscar.
I don't know why.
He was the best actor.
Where?
Or supporting actor.
Where?
Dallas Buyers Club?
Mm-hmm.
Dallas.
You know why? Because he looks like hepatitis incarnate. They thought he was acting.
We looked like AIDS that time.
Okay.
And then Phil Villarreal of ABC Tucson.
That's my guy.
As disappointing as this movie may be, its post-credit sequence is even worse.
Dude.
Which one?
There are going to be notes. Plenty of notes.
We'll get Amin's first note, May's first note, and my first note after these messages, unless you are a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings, in which you get an ad-free episode right meow because it's Morbin time. Folks, did you know that by the time summer starts, your skin's already in defense mode? It's true. You got to get on it early, and you get on it early with today's sponsor, OneSkin, because that has everything you need to keep your skin healthy, hydrated, and strong all summer long. Let me tell you my personal experience. I've been using OneSkin. I've got the face moisturizer. I got the eye cream. That eye moisturizer, it's a game changer. Oh my goodness. Like I can sleep like 3 hours, pop a little of that on next day. You don't even know that I was haggard. Post a photo, post some content on Instagram. No one cares about what I say. They're just like, hey man, your skin looks great. What's the skin routine? Drop that skincare. What's going on? Me, I'm in my 40s. I'm a haggard old man. No one knows it because the skin looks great thanks to OneSkin. Your skin can look great too. OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company by focusing on the cellular aspects of aging. OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try OneSkin with 15% off using code DINGS, DINGS, at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code DINGS, DINGS. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the show and tell them we sent you. Give your skin the scientifically proven gentle care it deserves with OneSkin. I'm telling you, you won't look haggard.
Get into your body's vitals with the Vitals app on Apple Watch.
I wanna get into my body and let my skin do the talking. I wanna feel like I'm myself again.
The Vitals app tracks key overnight metrics so you can spot changes in your health before you feel them. The Vitals app on Apple Watch. iPhone XS or later required. The Vitals app is for wellness purposes only and not for medical use.
Are you still quoting 30-year-old movies? Have you said cool beans in the past 90 days? Do you think Discover isn't widely accepted? If this sounds like you, you're stuck in the past. Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. And every time you make a purchase with your card, you automatically earn cash back. Welcome to the now. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
All right, here we go. New Phineas and Ferb is here.
We're back!
back, baby!
For 104 more days.
I know what we're gonna do today.
Of summer vacation.
I am ready for summer shenanigans. Let's do it. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna bust Phineas and Ferb once and for all.
Are we gonna do this again?
New inventions, shenanigans, innators, adventures, and songs.
Brand new summer vacation.
New Phineas and Ferb starts June 5th on Disney Channel and next day on Disney Plus on DisneyPlus.Disney.com.
Amin, what is your first note?
I hate both Zach and Mayes for where we are right now.
Out of my control.
And then
I tried.
I think the biggest issue is Sony tried to make a serious set of movies about characters that nobody gives a fuck about. Like, I get the need for IP. It can't be this. This is like doing a spin-off movie about The Simpsons, and it's just about Bumblebee Man.
Yeah.
At some point, you run out of shit. There's not enough material.
Racist, though. Maze. Oh, what is your first note?
My hatred of Jared Leto crystallized in the early 2010s.
I was going to ask about this.
When he won the Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club, and then everything that happened when he was the Joker in Suicide Squad.
God.
All the stories from the set, everything that he was trying to do. Heath Ledger had passed away, and now there was this mantle.
There was a hole.
Being the Joker is now the prestige role in Hollywood, and Jared Leto, freshly minted, is like, I'm going to send people boxes of pig hearts and shit.
Mm-hmm. You have to.
Because I'm cool.
He's trying to one up. That's the thing. He was trying to one up.
The fraudulent method acting gimmicks, the tone deaf quotes, him finding out about the pandemic later than everybody and using it as a platform to draw attention to himself with this quote.
No.
Wow. 12 days ago, I began a silent meditation in the desert. We were totally isolated.
What can he do?
No phone, no communication, etc.
Etc.
We had no idea what was happening outside the facility. Walked out yesterday into a very different world. One that's been changed forever. Mind-blowing, to say the least. I'm getting messages from friends and family all around the globe and catching up on what's going on. Jared Leto.
Maze, imagine right before the pandemic hits. You go to a Dave Chappelle show. You got to put your phones away, right? They take your phones. They put it in a Ziploc thing. They pack it up. And he does a 12-day show. And you get out of that show and you're like, God, that was amazing. Best show I've ever been to. Killed it for 12 days. Now you get your phone back. Oh my God. What is this pandemic? You wouldn't know. I don't blame Jared Leto for that.
I need everybody else to know that I'm just finding out right now. That's important to me.
You're an Academy Award winner.
So you have to let people know.
They're asking you, hey, what's going on with you in the pandemic? I didn't know.
What happened to Jared Leto?
Yeah, I just found out.
Everyone else was showing us their toilet roll fucking stack.
Yeah.
Where's Jared?
Exactly. My first note, have vampires always been sexy, or is that a new trend in movies and television?
Anne Rice.
Did it start in the 80s and 90s?
Anne Rice did it.
Anne Rice, there you go. Interview with a Vampire started this shit.
So it was early 90s, right? Or Lost Boys, a little sexy.
Ooh,
Anne Rice was pre-Lost Boys, the books.
The books, Zach.
Interview with a Vampire was 1976.
That got real confused.
No. I'm talking about in entertainment.
Okay.
Movies, television. Hence my question saying in movies and television.
I take it back. There might have been some black and white Dracula movies where the girl falls in love with him and he's like, whoa. Like Bela Lugosi.
Was he sexy though? Were they trying to portray him as sexy? I don't know.
I mean, I think there's a little bit of it in Bram Stoker's Dracula, but I think it really kicked up a notch with Anne Rice.
Which is 89 or 90, right?
Well, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the book, once again.
No, again, my question, in movies and television.
Yes, but they got the idea somewhere, Zach, is what we're saying.
Agreed. And the story of Dracula existed before movies and television, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Once we started portraying Dracula, at a certain point, they're like, vampires are fucking sexy. When did that start? 80s and 90s?
With Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yes to my question. 80s and 90s.
Anne Rice book came out in 1976.
I'm going to shove an Anne Rice book up your ass.
Oh.
You don't give me
just one?
Some chicken McNuggets.
Oh, man. When you were telling the story last night, you had so much detail. The detail was so rich. It was rich detail. Go into incredibly descriptive details of the story so we all know.
Oh, yes.
Now it's time for the scenes. Here's what happened. Bow. Wait, is this movie opening like the Twilight verse? We got a lot of fog and forest here.
Oh, my God. I said, is this Jurassic Park? dragging some shit under them onto an island in Nubla.
We're in Cerro de la Muerta.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that death?
We're in Costa Rica. Chopper with some cargo, waterfall, scenery, beautiful country. We're going down in some caves at the waterfall.
It is dark as shit.
Oh, fuck. Jared Leto's got Jimmy crutches.
Yes, he does.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
Wait till he does stand up.
I said, I didn't know hepatitis did that.
He says, set the trap at the mouth of the cave. Been there, buddy.
Also, before all this, there was a gigantic pink V.
Yes.
At the start of the credits.
Is it V for vampire? What is that for?
Oh, it's part of an M. I'm upside down.
Set the trap at the mouth of the cave.
And then one of the guys says, we shouldn't be here when it gets dark.
Careful.
He's so ass on when he takes his shades off.
Yeah.
He's struggling to move around, Jimmy style. You need a doctor? I am a doctor.
Banter?
Exposition?
He starts giving Bat's position.
Bat's position. Same note too, bro.
They've got a crate opening up that's got harp or something. I don't know what the fuck's going down.
Some tech device cage thing.
Chopper pilot wants his payment now.
He's afraid of the dark.
He's not the guy from Dante's Peak.
Nope.
He wants the knife for the machete to close the deal. Done. He cuts his hand, puts some blood in the trap.
The bats get super horny.
Super horny for blood. They come flying out, swarm. He's staring with his hand out like a bingo. We fade to black. Cut to Greece 25 years earlier.
The pilot gets a Louis Pinnock for saying in the most gringo accent, Vamos.
Vamos.
Wait, what?
We're at a school and a kid is playing chess by himself. I think he's losing.
Bingo child, chess by himself.
I wasn't ready for Greece. That's not where I thought we were going.
It's not necessary.
No.
He could be anywhere.
He looks out the window and sees a different cripple kid coming in. Now I'm not sure which cripple kid is who.
I thought that was Dr. Goofball right there, man. I was like, okay, here he comes.
Oh, boy.
As a child, this is the day he showed up. Dr. Nicholas introduces us that Michael, this is Lucian. Lucian, Michael. Michael knows more about this place than I do. And then he whispers, play nice. And I said, huh?
What?
What's happening here?
Michael's making an origami crane. He calls Lucian Milo, completely ignores his name.
Bully.
This is prison rules. You're my bitch.
Every new kid is Milo.
Everyone's Milo to me.
Bingo.
What?
He's been there as long as he can remember. No cure for him. Something missing in their DNA. Piece of the puzzle.
DNA's position.
Until they find it, they have to change their oil 3 times a day. They're doing blood transfusions on these children 3 times a day?
You've got a 10-year-old kid in a Grecian hospital making oil change references?
This is going to sound terrible. They just got to go.
Yeah.
That's not economically sound.
This is like whenever my friends tell me, oh, my dog has this procedure. It's going to cost $14,000. I'm like, I know it doesn't cost $14,000.
You know what's more than $14,000? Children.
That's true. Especially if they have some blood disease.
Yeah, if they have a blood disease. Oh, my God.
They got to get oil changes every 8 hours.
3 times a day. These kids got to go.
Luckily, they give them a Casio watch so they can keep track.
I'm pretty sure this is my golden dumpster. I don't know that's going to be beat. Lucian says, what would you do to just be normal for 1 hour? They look out the window. Some kids across the street point up at the window and yell, look at the freaks. And they're pretending to be on crutches. I fucking lost it.
Peter Dante.
That is world-class 20 CB bullying. So awful. And yet so funny. These kids are sick and dying. And these shithead Greek kids are terrorizing them.
Hang out outside the hospital.
Outside the window.
So it's not a disembodied voice because we can see who's saying it. We don't know which one of them is saying it.
Yes.
The leader of all this is young Peter Dante.
Yeah, whoever put the crippled kid hospital right next to the school is a real asshole.
Bad idea. Bad city planning, man.
They can't even go to the school.
Lucian immediately collapses.
Yep. Alarm goes off. His head drops.
This kid's dead.
And then Michael fixes the fuse with a pen.
This is how I knew Michael was a real one. Because even after this kid is flatlining, he's still calling him Milo.
He's never going to call him by his name.
Machine goes back on. Milo picks his head up. Wow, just like that. Dr. Nick is impressed with his MacGyver skills.
It took a team of scientists to build that machine, and you fixed it with a ballpoint pen. And I said, shitty machine.
Yeah.
If a child fixed it with a ballpoint pen.
You think they got the top of the line machines at the Greek crippled kid hospital?
It's Greece in the 90s. Not a lot of technology there. They stopped at democracy.
Wants to send him to a school for gifted children.
I said, X-Men?
Hold on. You just learned he's gifted now?
Yeah.
This kid's been in the hospital for as long as he can remember, and you just learned now he's gifted? How absentee are you?
This guy's just collecting a check like the foster mom and Angels in the Outfield.
Now Michael is writing Milo a letter saying he's going to find a cure, and Wind blows the letter away. Ah, damn it.
I laughed so hard.
Wind is a horseman.
Michael, what an immense prick he is. Even as he's writing a goodbye letter, he still calls him Milo.
Still calls him Milo.
That's his name, dude.
It's not.
Milo's a horseman.
His name is Lucian.
You never hear Lucian again.
He got bullied into change his name.
The funniest part is the closed captioning goes along with it. Yes, Milo, by the way. Milo said, like, what?
Why couldn't his name be Milo? What is the point of having him rename it Milo?
If you thought the bullies were done,
no, they're not.
They got the letter.
Dude.
And they are dying laughing.
As he gimps his way out there on crutches, 4 kids are reading a goodbye letter to people they almost certainly do not know. That doesn't really have anything that funny in it.
No.
But it's the funniest thing they've ever read in their lives.
This is 20 CV. I don't believe this happens anymore. Kids reading other kids' private effects like letters, postcards.
You think they do it with like text messages or DMs or something?
Oh,
that's got to happen.
Yeah, it's probably the DM.
Hacking in, or like you steal someone's phone or whatever.
Catfish your friend into thinking that you're a chick and then read their DMs to your friends.
Yeah, they're dating and yeah.
That was 20 CV for some of us.
That'd be funny. These kids reading this letter don't care, dude.
Look, I would have been right there with them.
Of course, we know you're the ringleader here. You're Peter Dante.
You're young Peter Dante, yes.
Yeah.
My note was, man, I miss those days.
Okay, Remy.
Dear Milo, ha ha ha. That shit would be enough. Oh, we called him Dear. Shit like that.
They're playing keep away, and all of a sudden Milo cracks the shit out of the big one.
Pretty good swing.
In the face with his crutch.
Like young Frank Dukes in the fight with the school bullies.
They push him down, and they start stomping him like it's prison.
They curb stomp him.
Dropping the motherfucking D's on him. The more they swung, the more blood flew. Then they disappeared, and my homeboy did too. It wasn't even close to Halloween.
Dr. Nick comes running up, scares threw him away. But now young Milo doesn't need crutches.
The big kid is still down. He killed him.
He runs over and starts punching the unconscious kid. Dr. Nick picks him up.
CT5, negligent adults for Dr. Nick. Also, even the doctor calls him Milo Golden Dumpster.
Cut back to the convo with the doc and Michael. He says he'll look after Milo. He needs him. Oh,
I don't like the way he said that.
That's the minute I said Dr. Diddler. Cut to a ceremony with Jared Leto getting recognition.
Nope. Cut to voiceover exposition from Dr. Nick. Michael Morbius completed his doctorate by 19. They needed to bridge it, and so they used this diddler to do it.
World's leading authority on blood-borne diseases. Artificial blood saved more lives than penicillin.
Hello, exposition.
And then he gets his Nobel Prize from the King of Sweden on his fancy crutches.
That's in New York City. There's a kid in a sickbed. Can't believe Jared Leto dissed the King of Sweden.
Wait, did he fly all the way to Sweden?
Yes.
Got dressed up, sat through that whole ceremony, and
Yes.
Said no thanks. I'm going back.
Yes.
on crutches.
Yes.
Not on his dime.
Kid patient wondering why he did it, but Morb kept the pamphlet, and now Chess is a horseman for some reason. So is Origami, as he plops an origami figure on her desk.
Origami's a horseman. Hot lady doctor needs to talk to him.
Dr. Martine.
Anna is the name of the child. Anna says, hey, Dr. Bancroft. And I turned around and I looked and I said, well, what do we have here? Man, all the tingles everywhere.
I don't like you saying the word tingles.
Tingles.
All right, Steve James.
Oh, I'm tingling again.
And then we get newspapers position about him being the biggest prick known to man.
American scientist rejects Nobel Prize on the Daily Bugle. He says it was a failed experiment, so why would he want the prize?
They missed out on money for experiments, donations, grants, all that shit.
Yeah, real good point by Dr. Martine.
Of course.
Hey, say yes. We'll get more money to fix this shit, you dumbass.
You idiot.
Hey, what was the experimentation about, guys? Do you know?
No, I don't think they tell us, right? They don't let anybody know, right?
They do. They use jargon's positions.
Oh.
It's pretty jargony, so everyone bear with me here.
Okay.
Remixing DNA.
Oh.
Remix.
Remixing DNA.
Remixing human DNA with bat DNA, so he's Batman remixed.
Mm-hmm.
Is it jargon's position? Maze, get ready to supercharge this.
Oh, shit.
If it's fucking
Oh, boy. The gong's got to come when he says it. That's...
He's got a Rubik's Cube for some reason. We get exposition that Milo is their generous benefactor. Surely we're going to find out why he has so much money, right, guys?
No, he's just got money.
This is how it works. If you're a cripple in the movies, you're going to be rich.
Yeah.
You have to be.
He's denying the Bat DNA remix, but then there's a fucking cylinder full of bats in his office.
He calls it a fish tank for flying mammals?
Right, his friends from Costa Rica.
It goes to the top of the building.
Yeah.
That's a silo.
Was that empty before?
When did they build that?
The office does have kind of a sick layout because there's the bookcase in the background and the chalkboard that's full of shit that we're never going to talk about.
Sure.
And then the bat cylinder in the middle of it.
It's got a walk-in freezer for all the blood and artificial blood.
Dude, walk-in blood freezer? That's extra. I love it.
Guys, she knows his passcode because they know each other. They've worked together a long time. It's the first 6 digits of pi backwards.
Same.
That's his password for everything.
This is your genius. This is your guy that you're holding up to me as some child prodigy.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Vampire bats are the only mammals on Earth evolved to feed on blood.
In order to drink it, they produce jargon, and he's splicing the blood to do the same.
Anticoagulants, fusion of species, jargon, blah, blah, blah. Evolution pushed boundaries. Without that, there is no science, no medicine.
No breakthroughs.
He is jerking off this bat, right?
Absolutely. It's just like in Beer Fest, the frog. He says he should have died years ago.
He injects a mouse with some yellow shit.
Come on with this. That 320 CB, experiment, usually done with hacking.
Yes.
This time it's with a science experiment.
Flops over dead. Failure.
What was supposed to happen? Was the mouse supposed to turn into a bat?
I thought it was supposed to fly. I thought it was going to grow wings and fly away.
It's going to eat blood.
All of a sudden, the girl from before is in trouble. Her kidneys are shutting down. They run in. They induce a coma to prevent a stroke.
Ass on to the nurse. It's Anna.
He crutches his way down the hall. I hate the way he moves.
He's got a disease.
I'm not talking about Morb. I'm talking about Jared Leto.
Oh.
I hate the way that Jared Leto moves.
For some reason, Hot Doctor can look back at the mouse, even though they ran down the hallway into a different room.
She's got echolocation.
First of all, that long ponytail has me fucking firing on all cylinders.
She's great.
Oh my God. 10 out of 10. No notes. She says, I don't want to see you get hurt. And I said, you can come save me, Dr. Bancroft. The mouse is alive.
Alive.
Does this mean he turned down the Nobel a day too soon? Can he call back and change his mind?
No.
No, once you turn it down, there's no way King of Sweden is taking your call at that point.
It was a prank.
You got to wait another year.
You know, like the kids do on YouTube.
Got to him showing up to a rich man's apartment where there's security, there's a Norwegian guard.
He says, some crippled guy is here to see the boss.
Oh shit, is that Lucian?
In Norwegian.
Lucian / Milo.
Drop the Lucian. It's cleaner.
TARDIS, I should say, is a British kid who grew up in Greece but has Norwegian guards. And the reason why he has Norwegian guards is because he won them in a poker game against Norwegians, right?
I don't think he won them. I think he hired them because he beat the Russians in cards and he's afraid of retribution.
Got it.
Where are you getting this from?
But your guess is as good as mine because this is the most exposition we get about anything that this motherfucker does. He has a nice house.
I feel like Will Ferrell in The Other Guys, where Mark Wahlberg is like, these are mercenaries from this. He's like, where are you getting this information from?
He says he beat the Russians in cards.
He says that?
That's it.
And he got slaves out of it?
Well, that was a means interpretation. Mine was that he hired these guys. Why are they Norwegian? No one knows.
Well, if you're going to get bodyguards, you're going to get Norwegians.
Maybe he got them from the King of Sweden.
Oh, that's true.
Holy shit. The doctor has been diddling him into adulthood?
Dr. Nick?
That's a long time to diddle.
You're late. I was trying out this new thing called working. Banter.
Banter?
Cripple banter.
He wants them to go on a walk. They are now on the hustle and bustle streets of New York.
Golden dumpster.
Casually both on crutches.
I had no idea that this was Timmy and Jimmy, the motion picture. I was not prepared for this.
Not a chance. They are able to casually go on a stroll, the two of them side by side. No way. Sean Astin.
There would have been at least one person who would have kicked the shit out of one of those crutches.
Absolutely.
You know who would have been?
You.
Peter Dante, all grown up, 25 years later. Oh,
yeah, so I mean, you were right the first time, Zach. Milo's wondering if Morb is in love with Dr. Martine.
I know I am.
Yeah, don't go fall in love, Dr. Bancroft. I said, shut the fuck up, Milo.
And Milo says, love is not in the cards for them.
If you start quoting The Notebook to me, I'm going to stop and hobble very slowly in the opposite direction.
Notebook reference, but because they know nobody watching this movie will have watched The Notebook, they have to tell us this is a Notebook reference.
Because The Notebook was what, 19, 20 years earlier?
Who gives a shit? Who the fuck watches that movie and watches Morbius?
Chicks.
You think those are the same people?
Yeah. Chicks.
What chicks are watching Morbius?
Chicks that are cool.
Jared Leto's in it. Somehow they made it to Central Park.
Several weeks later, they made it to Central Park. Up close, Milo. I could feel it. Smashing Dr. Bancroft? No. The Cure. Oh.
So it's highly experimental, ethically questionable, very, very, very expensive, and not exactly legal.
I knew that was coming.
Has to be done in international waters.
Yeah.
I love how even the closed captioning calls him Milo, and I said, bitch.
Not much time left. Could be their last chance. Go out with a fight. We get an original Spartans callback, tier 1 home team, even though the Spartans would have tossed their asses in the compost pile immediately.
At birth.
They were notorious for, if you're not a fucking physical specimen.
You're done.
Throw you against the wall.
Hey, Zach, where are we on this boat?
International waters, Eastern Seaboard.
Oh, Eastern Seaboard. Got it. I was worried. I needed some specificity there.
We're on a cargo ship. Morbius and the hot doctor are doing experiments. Some guards are playing cards.
Fine ass Dr. Bancroft is on the trip. It's in international waters, so she'll go along with anything. Because of the implication.
He makes a joke about Cosmo magazine.
As he gives her an origami bat, he doesn't know if Cosmo is still a thing.
I laughed hysterically. That's the same note too, Morbius.
I don't ever want to hear you say same note to Morbius again.
Don't worry, I don't.
You better not.
I'm getting a real high Sweet Annie award from these two.
Yeah, I mean, is that on him? It's not on her.
It's definitely not on her.
Nothing's ever been her fault.
In life.
Ever.
Oh, babe, you were in Morbius? It's okay.
Not her fault.
I forgive you.
Should have won an Oscar.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's very close to a file.
Just her being in this?
Her being in this as much as she is.
Absolutely.
Test 243, Human Trials. He's got the weird, tiny, skinny body like Chris Evans in the first Captain America.
Same note too, Morbius. Yep.
Hepatitis.
She finds the right spot in his bloaty, exposed spine and says, that's it. Bingo.
Bingo. She injects the serum into his spine. She buckles him onto the table. He starts violently coming.
Him convulsing is me if Dr. Bancroft was strapping me down.
100%. He looks like some of the chiropractor TikToks I watch. Some security guy's going to check on the doctor. Hot doctor says he shouldn't be down there. He calls her a nurse.
She corrects him. He laughs. Misogyny.
Doesn't believe that she's a doctor. I'll kill you, piece of shit.
I turned into Tapper. You disrespectful son of a bitch.
He calls him a jacked up dumb shit. Well played.
Morbius is no longer on the table. They walk in the room. He's on the ceiling like Spider-Man. She sees him. The guy sees him. Security calls for all the guards to get to the lab now.
She smooth closes that door and locks that motherfucker in there with him.
She's like, don't freak out. And he starts shooting at this guy.
When Morbius attacks this dude, it's the only time in this movie fine ass Dr. Bancroft is ass on. Because she says, Michael, stop. And it reminded me of Gal Gadot.
No, she's perfect.
Gal, no.
I thought you were going to say it's the only time in the movie where I thought to myself, it's Morbid time.
Oh, I thought that to myself several times.
Oh, okay.
It was Morbid time for me every time she was on screen.
Every time he looked like Kevin Dillon?
I was Morbid.
Because that's who he looks like when it's Morbid time.
I thought he looked like Michael Jackson vampire.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Michael Jackson Morbius.
I had him as Kevin Dillon. Like we're going into an episode of Entourage every time. She's trying to get his attention, but he's going for the guy's neck. He snarls at her. The alarms are making him freak out. He's banging himself against the glass. Guards get down there. He cracks the glass.
Luckily, one of the guards grabs Martine by the throat and tosses her, knocking her out.
Shoves the shit out of her.
I'll fucking kill him.
I thought she was dead. Morbius thought she was dead because he went into a murderous rage. I would too if I finally got cured and before I could fucking smash fine ass Dr. Bancroft, one of you assholes kills her. I would go crazy like that too.
We get this Matrix Catwoman mixture of action.
Bullet time.
He kills the four guys almost immediately.
The thing that this movie likes to do is have him go so fast you can't see shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden hit the brakes, freeze frame that's going about 1 millimeter per second.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's back to the zoom shit.
He busts out of the door after they close it. He's mad that she's knocked out. I don't know. He kills a bunch of guards.
More vision POV. There's steam everywhere. He's killing everybody. He's got pointy fingies. He likes to hide.
Yeah.
I got a question as he slashes people and starts drinking their blood and stuff. Do you think vampires like it when it's that time of the month?
Yes.
Okay. I'll put a pin in that one. We'll come back to it. Ass off to the black guy in the beanie who gets slashed in the throat. When he starts doing that, it was ass off.
No, I'm not questioning that. I'm not questioning that.
Oh.
You don't have to explain that.
Because he's black? Or do you want the other black guy without the beanie? He
Not worried about anybody being black here.
Okay.
Then at the end, he wakes up more back to normal. And guess what? He's jacked now.
Yeah.
I'm not frail anymore.
I don't like this shaky POV, by the way.
You loved it in fucking jujitsu.
It was well done.
It was not.
It was well done in jujitsu.
It was not.
Not well done here. Also, amazingly, that Casio watch didn't come off his wrist one time.
Not once. Did Morbin Time readjust the band? Because he's filled out now.
That's what I'm saying.
He's jacked, so his wrist has got to be bigger.
Well, it's Morbin time, so he's always got to know what Morbin time it is.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's why he needs to watch.
Flying rat blood somehow gives you pecs and a six-pack, plus the ability to find a mirror real quick.
And see yourself in it.
Yep.
Finds Martine, he hears her heartbeat.
We find out her name is Martini, and I said, with mezcal, you say.
Her name's not Martini, it's Martine. You dumb fuck.
Her name is fine as Dr. Bancroft.
It's Hot Doctor.
Then he checks out his own game tape. Wow, I really cooked that fool with that step back right there.
Ass on to him watching his game film.
Check tape.
He throws up because it's so gross and horrifying, calls for Mayday, LCV Murnau. Oh, that's the director of Nosferatu. 13 nautical miles off Long Island, requests airlift, takes the vials, and jumps off the boat.
Cut to the next scene. I said, oh, fuck, I forgot Tyrese is in this.
Oh, yes.
I was so happy.
Tyrese walks in, says, FBI agent Stroud, may we have the room, please? And then Al Madrigal says, you heard the man. May we have the room? And I said, Maze, you got to clip 22 Jump Street.
Waiter, what can a black man do to get some water around here?
Give the fucking guy some water. He's black. He's been through a lot.
Al Madrigal says, haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
Reference.
Or Atlanta.
You're the New York regional office. Why the fuck are you?
Oh, they heard about it.
8 corpses who shop at the same mercenary supply store. Not bad banter by Al. All things considered.
All bodies drained of their blood.
Tyrese found the origami bat on the ground.
What hunts at night and drinks blood? I said, you're jumping multiple leaps right here.
Milo's watching newscast position. Doctor arrives for their diddling session.
Where's your pain on a scale of 1 to 10?
11.
And I said CT5 liar.
These go to 11.
If your pain level is 11, you're not sitting around chilling watching the news.
Morbius arrives at ICU where the hot doctor is. She's still out. That's some head injury.
Ass off to Jared Leto. I hate to say it. When the crippleness starts returning.
Oh, he's incredible.
As he's walking.
When he does the stanky leg?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's ass off, man.
Come on.
Maze, you got to give it to him.
He starts hitting that thing.
You think he did that?
Maze, I don't like him either.
CGI, bro.
Come on, he's a performer.
I'm not giving him credit for that.
Not since my man and There's Something About Mary drops the keys like, no, I've got to do this myself.
He's trembling. All right, he's getting stuff from the lab. He walks in the fridge room, starts drinking artificial blood,
chugging.
He guzzles that blood bag like Nathan Fielder breastfeeding.
Pre-sons.
Face becomes the Morbin face for a bit. He starts the timer on his watch.
Yeah, so when his face becomes the Morbin face, I call that a Morb flash, and that happens 100 million times in this movie, Horseman. He starts a timer.
Note to self.
As a result of my procedure, I have an overpowering urge to consume blood. Human blood.
And I'm telling you, he could single-handedly put the tampon industry out of business.
What are we doing here?
I'm just saying.
This is where we want to go with the comedy?
You need to consume human blood. There's a source of human blood on the reg. On the rag.
Yeah, it's called humans.
You don't have to kill them.
People are bleeding and not dying all the time. It's not just menstruation.
It's like a blow pop. You just grab it and you're good, man.
It's not like a blow pop.
It is like a blow pop.
Then how would that put it out of business?
Oh, I'm going straight to the source.
I mean, that's like saying, oh, this person's starving to death. Give them a breath mint. That'll tide them over. Fucking idiot.
Really? You don't think he could slurp it up?
He's drinking 9 pints of blood and you're like, oh, someone's menstruation. That'll do it. How much do you think they're bleeding?
A lot.
Pints?
I've seen some hotel room sheets.
In certain respects, I've succeeded far beyond anything I could have imagined. For the first time in my entire life, I feel good. Yesterday, I could barely walk. Today, I don't know what I'm capable of.
These bats are just going crazy all day because I looked at the bats in the tank.
Swirling.
And they're just fucking going nuts.
They're bats.
It's like a lava lamp of bats.
He stands in the thing with the bats and the music crescendos. And I said, guys, this is exactly from the Dark Knight.
This motherfucker's Batman.
Morbius begins.
He's not a vampire.
The music, it's the same music.
They ripped off Hans Zimmer.
It's the same goddamn music.
This is Batman.
What the fuck are we doing here?
He feels a kinship with the bats. They welcome me like a brother. Bat bro.
Hey, brother.
I have a brother?
Hermano.
I've developed a form of echolocation. Bat radar for the uninitiated. I said, that's some double elimination ass jargon's position right there.
Who the fuck is listening to this recreationally? The entire tape is Jorgen's position. And now we're going to pause for a second and clarify. That's bat radar.
We're seeing the ripples as he blindly catches the ball he's been throwing around. He's Daredevil. He's Daredevil and Batman.
He's capable of parkour in his office, and he's sending these pulses, but it's kind of smoky. That's how they make it different. Is what if the CGI was like wisps of smoke? Because that's cool.
Yep.
Like, what if Morbius was Daredevil who vaped?
Yeah, vaping. It's huge.
Huge clouds, bro. That's what Morbius is all about.
Vape man.
Condition is temporary. Artificial blood works for exactly 6 hours and shrinking.
Drink the red or die.
One question remains. What if?
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by Tic Tac. Summer tastes like Tic Tac. Tantalize your taste buds this sunny season with citrus adventure and orange. 2 everyday flavors that bring summer in every. Tic Tac Citrus Adventure is a yummy, vibrant medley of lemon, lime, and mandarin. And Tic Tac Orange is the perfect mix of tangy and sweet. Visit us at Tic Tac USA on social to refresh your summer with Tic Tac.
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Milo walks in the building. He finds Morbius in the isolation room, suffering. He writes blood on the window, in blood.
Then he underlines it. I laughed so hard when he underlined it. Like, what is that supposed to accomplish, my man?
Milo can't believe that he's strong. He found a cure to live. Morbius calls it a terrible mistake. Milo doesn't care. He wants the cure.
Milo does not give a shit. He wants to be hot and buff too.
He says, Michael, enough. Just give it to me. I need it. I can't live like this any longer. And I went, Michael responds, it's a curse. You've had it for like 2 days. What are you talking about?
So you get to live and I get to die. Is that it?
It's a great counter.
It's a curse.
It is a good argument. Same note too, Milo.
He's starting to Morb out, yells at Milo, go on, get.
Go on, get
out of here.
Basically hits him with the Dewey Cox, you don't want none of this.
Milo's a little terrified when he sees the Kevin Dillon face and he ambles away quickly.
Who's faster, him or Liam Neeson?
I don't know.
FBI goes to see Martine. She's eating really crappy Jell-O. They ask about the 8 dead bodies on the boat.
I love Jell-O. I love hospital Jell-O. But also, I really love fine-ass Dr. Bancroft. Fuck, she's so hot, man.
Al looked up the term exsanguinated.
He sure did.
They show her the pics, ask if they look like fang marks. They ask if she works with Morb. They leave her a card. End scene.
Back to the lab. The nurse is walking around. It's a unusually dark hallway. And very long.
How much cost cutting is happening where the motion detector light goes off before you've even moved out of the area? You're in the dark as you're walking.
It's the same thing they do in the long hallways in Severance. The only light that's on is in the section of the floor that you're on.
She starts running down the hallway scared.
She's so SO.
She finally hits the button for all the lights to go on.
No one's there.
Then Morbius grabs her neck? Question mark?
So it must be her time of the month.
I don't think we need to go to this.
Choke slams her into the wall. We get a long shot of him feasting on her. Why would we not have a close-up of that?
Let's assume Morbius is killing her.
Film Blanc?
Morbius wakes up in the chair next to the sick girl. He uses echolocation or bat radar for the uninitiated.
Or cat eyes for gasps.
What happens to his ear? Do you guys notice that?
Yeah.
His ear gets little tentacles.
Well, he's a bat.
Turns into a bat ear.
He's Batman.
Money ears.
The bat ears have tentacles?
Oh, with his little cilia waving about?
Yeah.
It's so he can hear better.
Okay.
It's because he's a bat man.
He looks like Max Struess.
He looks nothing like Max Struess.
Hepatitis riddled Max Struess.
Not the slightest.
Everyone freaking out about the dead nurse. Packs a bag with some blood and Crip walks his way out of there.
Oh.
FBI's waiting for Morb. His artificial blood saved Tyrese's arm in Afghanistan. Exposition.
Thank you for your service.
No, because it ends up for Morbius.
Yeah.
Not for Tyrese.
Thank you for your service. Yeah. They ask if he's been on any boats lately. He says, as you can see, I don't have very good sea legs. Why do you ask? Ask him about trying to find a cure for his condition. Tried everything. Crazy experiments. Maybe on a boat. He doesn't like the term crazy.
Oh, call me crazy.
Maybe unorthodox.
Crazy isn't a word I would use. Don't you wish you had that Nobel Prize now, you son of a bitch?
They say he looks downright robust. Good days and bad. Pilates helps.
He hears on the scanner in their earpieces about locking down the building because of a body drained of blood. They try to cut him off. He starts attacking. We see the vampire vapors.
Smoky hands.
When he moves, he knocks him down, runs in the lobby. He Catwoman's up the fucking stairwell. They're shooting at him.
Bullet time.
Cop unloads his gun at him. I said he thought Morbius was a black teenager. That hoodie could be misleading.
Saw black vapors.
When he gets up onto the roof, he drops his bag and then he nearly gets tossed off by a gust of wind.
Well, he doesn't understand how the wind affects him at this point, so he hasn't learned this yet.
Oh.
That doesn't happen until the subway.
I thought it was Final Destination.
Oh, Death.
CT5 crossover.
You thought Death showed up?
Yeah. Sending a message.
Tyrese gets up to the top of that building almost instantly. Elevators don't go that quick.
No, nothing goes that quick.
Morbius has super speed. Why'd you allow yourself to be arrested?
Because we needed to have it for the story.
Oh, okay.
We need a second act.
So we can go to jail and take analog notes.
Analog notes, same note too. Got so excited.
Only a couple more days of artificial blood. He says, I got a problem. Writing in this movie's off the charts. He's shaking in cuffs when FBI comes and interview him. Then in the wide shot, not shaking it at all. He's fine.
Madrigal has holy water, triple blessed, not taking any chances. They show him the origami from the container ship.
Is this origami a little hobby of yours?
Since no one since the 20CB has ever made origami, we knew it was you.
You don't care about 8 dead bodies?
No, we care about Nurse Sutton. She was a single mother of twin girls.
Although, to be fair, international waters, nothing they can do.
Look, man, because of the implication, right?
No, it's not. They don't have jurisdiction.
Oh, okay.
International waters, you can do whatever.
Yeah, because of the implication. Nothing's going to happen.
Morb worked with Nurse Sutton every day for 7 years.
Why'd you do it? Can't answer that.
Tells him he needs the blood. They have it in evidence. And he Morb flashes.
I love ripping off the Hulk.
I'm starting to get hungry. You don't want to see me when I'm hungry.
Reference? Question mark?
And then Tyrese says, we're done here.
Yeah.
He just flashed into a vampire. No follow-up question?
Nah.
He broke through a steel door. What makes you think chains are going to hold him down?
Milo comes to see him pretending to be his lawyer. Lawyer, huh? I don't remember you ever finishing law school. Cause I didn't.
Yeah.
Exposition.
Are you fucking kidding me with this back and forth?
Milo's a billionaire, right?
How would we ever know?
Rich AF. That's it.
We just know he's rich. We don't get anything explained about how he's rich.
If he's funding research.
The lab that he works in is a fucking skyscraper.
Yes.
That says Horizon on it. We have to assume that all of that is Milo.
That he owns Horizon Wireless.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Same note too.
Good. Milo, this place is for terrorists and drug lords and God knows who.
This place is for terrorists. It's for terrorists, man.
It's about terrorists. It's about terrorists, man.
Milo wants to get him out, drops a blood bag on the bed. Have this Capri Sun, then sips his own flask and stops limping. Morb finds the cane in his cell. That's a duck cane, man.
He starts screaming, Milo, Milo. And from down the hallway, Milo goes, my name is Lucy, goddammit.
I'm sure that picked up on the mic.
Disembodied.
He starts drinking the blood that he left.
Slurp that blood bag. Morb flash.
He roars. It's not the best when he becomes the vampire face.
Ripping off the usual suspects with the shots of feet. Slowly getting better.
Kaiser Soze. Yep. Same note too.
Menage that note. Shout out to the guard who says to let Milo know time's up, Your Highness. I laughed.
Your Highness. Yeah.
Ass off to that guard.
He kicks out of the cell, flies across the next building. He's Catwomaning down from building to building.
Smoke jumping.
I said he jumped to the next building through the window like Seagal.
Now he's up on a roof ledge like a gargoyle. Milo buys a copy of the Daily Bugle.
Morb apprehended for vampire murder. Headline.
That's not how echolocation works at all.
Are you a bat?
He used it to listen to the entire city to locate the one person, have the one conversation. This isn't The Dark Knight Rises. They literally stole that whole shit, remember?
Yeah.
Where Lucian Fox tells Bruce Wayne.
Lucian, Milo Fox.
Did Stallone write this? Other people wrote this shit, just having feverish dreams, remembering other movies that they've seen?
Milo attacks the newspaper guy for talking shit about Morbius.
Calling Morb a freak. Morb goes zooming after him, finds him on the street. Film noir! It was Milo who killed the nurse and took the serum all along.
Oh my God.
I try to protect you. Milo says, protect me? Protect me from what? From being awesome?
Same note to Morbius.
Milo, you have to stop. No, you have to stop. Got his ass.
Yep.
You have to stop denying yourself. It's boring.
Milo wants to go anywhere, do anything, have some fun, be hot and buff.
Is there tension going on between these two guys?
Now there's a chase into the subway. They go sliding on the floor and people calmly walk by like nothing's going on.
Two Catwoman vampires. Cops walk up once they've landed, start to detain him. Milo grabs a piece of the wall, slams one cop, throws the piece of the wall into the other cop's head.
Cop gets mopped.
Quickly attacks 4 more cops.
Bullet time, kills them all.
Now he's celebrating, doing a little dance.
Really embracing it.
And a speech.
All of our lives, we've lived with death hanging over us. Why? Why shouldn't they know what that feels like for a change?
Yeah.
Everyone dies.
Nope.
Everyone has death hanging over them.
No. Just the cripples.
No?
Just the cripples with the blood diseases.
Oh, okay.
If you really wanted them to know how you felt, you should have given them a blood transfusion every 3 hours.
Not loving how fast and loose you two are with the word cripples in this episode. It's
Cripple fight!
This is a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Morbius walks away. Milo follows. He dodges a bunch of attacks from behind, eventually gets punched in the chest, goes flying. Then, he figures out the win, guys. He figures out he's a flying squirrel?
Yes.
Milo has superpowers.
Yes.
He gives him a force field punch like he's the Invisible Woman from fucking Fantastic Four.
Can't Morbius do the same thing?
Nope.
His punches are kind of similar.
Apparently not, because he can't fly like Morbius. And this is my Sean Astin digging a pool, folks. Using the draft of the subway to flying squirrel his ass through the
He's reverse drafting, because that's not how drafting works.
Yeah, you can't go in front.
No.
You can't ride the fucking waves of the wind from the front.
What is he riding?
That's not how this shit works in the slightest.
Behind the train, sure.
Do it behind the train.
In front of the train? What are you drafting?
This is an underwear dick first.
Is the train going blowing you ahead?
Sean Astin digging a pool. That was my point, guys.
It's straight out of a Red Bull squirrel suit video.
Absolutely.
They stole every bit of the animation from that. FBI agents at the scene of the damage. Al calls it unforgivable.
Dr. Zhivago.
They say keep an eye out on the hot doctor.
I want that assignment.
Cut to her doing research on a computer at home.
She's sketching in her apartment. Pretty pictures.
And Milo is cucking from the street below.
Cucko Milo.
He likes what he sees.
Yeah, so do I.
Well, Cucko Milo era begins now. Now she's walking down a classic crowded New York street in denim.
She dips into a bodega, speaks Spanish to the guy behind the counter.
Random Spanish, uncaptioned. Loses Al. Another Daily Bugle. Different Morb murder front page.
How did Morbius end up on the same bus as her?
Echolocation.
That's a crazier superpower than reverse drafting in front of a train.
New Sean Astin, literally my note. How to get on the bus?
Echolocation.
What does she think the bus? What if she kept walking? What does she think the subway?
He'd be right there.
He didn't kill the nurse or any of the people or the police. She knows.
Hey, stranger.
Milo took the serum. He's out there. He's got to stop him. Needs her help. Cut to them in a coffee shop. She tests out his vampire ways by putting in the coffee cup in the sunlight, trying to see if it'll burn him. He pretends it does.
Not that kind of vampire.
What kind of vampire are you, Batman?
Batman. That kind. I'm like a half man, half bat kind, not like a allergic to the sun kind. Also love garlic.
Daredevil. Also, have you seen that? I'm like that too.
Feels incredible. Went from dying his entire life to being more alive than ever.
We get a lot of tactical redundancy.
He explains about the artificial blood and the withdrawals. She takes his hands.
He stops listening to her because he starts zeroing in on some counterfeit money's position.
Counterfeit hundos. They keep insisting Is he trying to get a pack of Magnum condoms? What's going on here?
Like fucking Frank.
They say, got to get back to the lab.
What lab? You don't make counterfeit in a lab.
They do in Morbius.
They do make counterfeit money in labs designed to make counterfeit money.
Right.
Does the writer of this movie think that if you have a lab, it's like a kitchen, you could do anything in here?
Yeah.
You could make counterfeit money. You could make serum. It's all the fucking same.
He basically tells her, go get stuff from the lab. He follows those two guys. For some reason, there's blood bags on a stoop in a medical bag. He grabs those. We don't know where they got those bags from. Those could be filled with AIDS.
Well, he's hepatitis incarnate, so.
He's hearing the counterfeiters talk about a new batch of hundos. Here's their keys. He's following them, goes down into their, I guess it's an abandoned subway station that they've turned into a lab.
Yeah, it's like where the Penguin was hanging out or where Blank Man was hanging out. One of those.
One of them is watching a movie. He goes,
I love this movie. Is this the part where the mysterious guy with the hoodie comes in and kicks everybody's asses? I love that part.
Fourth wall?
Yeah. Meta, TGT.
It's TGT.
It's SNTM. Same note too, Morbius.
That's a horseman.
That's my man, Abraham Popula.
Popula. Oh, okay.
Watching the movie.
Giant Populas.
Once their lab, they can keep the money. He wants all the sciencey stuff and a bag of spicy Cheetos. You mean Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
They don't have those.
I can't use the name.
You can say Cheetos, but you can't say Flamin' Hot?
Yeah.
Flaming Hot.
You didn't buy all the rights to that?
Exactly.
You think he could just turn any lab into the lab that he needs? Then I've remembered he fixed shit with a ballpoint pen, so.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he could do anything. He's MacGyver.
He's doing anatomy's position, TGT, as he breaks this guy's hand finger by finger.
Phalanges, metacarpals.
Who are you, man? Me? I am Venom.
Ah, second reference. He makes a scary face. Guy runs off. 6 to 8 weeks. Little ibuprofen.
Recommendation. Doctor.
Yeah, good doctor.
Brought some of his own gear and starts reprogramming the lab by replacing motherboards. You got these computers. I got computers. We're good. Bang.
Milo's doing push-ups, dancing while he puts a shirt on.
So hyped to be a normal boy.
Everything's horrible.
Love this song.
Have sex, excel.
There's not a chance in the world that if I was crippled my whole life and finally I'm in shape and everything, pecs, six pack. That's what the fucking flying rat blood did to you instantly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing a single push-up. What I'm doing is what he's doing in the very next scene. Go to a bar and order an espresso martini with mezcal loud enough for the girl next to me to immediately turn around. Zach, that's how it's done. Take some notes.
Me take some notes?
Yes.
I'm not the one screaming mezcal, you say?
Well, because you saw her turn around and you didn't say shit.
Fucking bingo.
You didn't fucking make a move.
We got some occasional Morb flashes mixed in there to remind us that he's a Morb. And now it's Morbin time at the club.
Mm-hmm.
Blonde girl is interested in the Don Julio 1942 or...
With mezcal?
You know what they say? Tequila to remember, whiskey to forget. I must be drinking too much whiskey because I've never heard that shit.
I've heard that.
Heard it on Saturday night.
But I drink a lot of tequila, so I remember.
Tequila to remember, whiskey to forget, mezcal to scare the host.
He orders some drinks. She's got a guy.
This guy takes offense. His friend is already in hold me back mode.
Yeah.
From the jump.
At first, I was like, yeah, Milo, you can't be hollering at some guy's girl, man. I get it. Like, you got these superpowers, but you can't do that.
There was no way to know that she was with him.
There was a way to know that she wasn't with him. When these three assholes walk out by themselves, you guys were just cock blocking for practice?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them up, Milo.
This is when I realized gargoyles were the first cucks.
Yeah, permanently.
Because he's up there on a building, cucking, jumps down. We hear them scream.
Dr. Martine going to the lab. It's an active crime scene. Milo's waiting. She jokes about planning a dinner for their biggest fundraiser and grabs a knife. Milo's with the toothpick. Actually, I've already eaten.
Answer?
He's worried about Michael.
She's like, oh, hey, congrats on not being a cripple these days. That's nice. And Milo's worried about Morb. He's listening to her heartbeat. She doesn't know where Morb is. He leaves.
She slows her heart down. He's going to ask her again.
Awkward interaction.
That's how the whole line thing works.
Like Steven Seagal when asked if he climbed Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm.
Cops breaking into a random apartment. FBI strolls in. It's Martine's. They find a cat box.
Cat's gone. She's gone.
Morb and Martine are now in his new counterfeit money lab with Martine's cat.
Mm-hmm.
And she cuts herself on a can of cat food. Morb flashes at the smell of blood.
Morb gets horny. He comes.
He instantly gets around. He comes. Zach, you're telling me he doesn't lose his mind every fucking time a woman is on her period? A flick of blood from her finger, he loses his mind.
The one joke, okay, maybe. 9 times?
9.
We're going to do this 9 times in the episode?
I already agreed with you at the beginning.
Zach's not buying in, though. I need buy-in.
Well, you changed the fucking goalposts on this one.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman has her period in the same room as Morbius, yes, he's going to flash and try to go after it. It's not going to put tampons out of business or whatever the fuck you said in the middle.
Okay, all right.
And I've already explained to you the volume is not there.
The volume's there of a finger prick, that's enough?
He's in charge of all the clocks in Chicago, all the tampons in New York City, he's going to be in charge of? No, that's ridiculous.
Yes.
No.
Oh, like a milkman. He goes door to door.
How big is fucking New York?
It's not that hard.
There's no way.
You just have a spreadsheet. It updates.
Chop. It's not that hard, Zach.
No, it is hard.
It's push data.
Clip what?
Push notifications.
A fucking tampon?
You have an app.
He's not Santa Claus going from chimney to chimney.
He is Santa Claus.
You're out of your mind.
You get 365 days in
There's a logistical problem.
No, there isn't. It's not that hard.
I mean, he's going to spend all of his time with Morbin time? No, he's trying to do other things.
Why?
He's trying to cure things. He's trying to fight people. He's trying to get with the hot doctor.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. All right, you got me. I capitulate.
A mouthful of Carol's menstruation. She's going to be like, oh yeah, I still love you? No.
Oh, that's a good point, man.
Don't put that in the intro.
I capitulate or which one? Mouthful.
She asks how it feels. He stammers through something primal, wants to hunt and kill or some shit. I don't know. Morb is staring out at a bridge. She's like, hey, look, I bandaged my fingy. Nice work, doctor. Thank you, doctor. Clip spies like us.
Doctor? 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 Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? And doctor. Well, we miss anyone?
For the record, I wasn't going to go full Dracula on you.
Reference.
And she goes, for the record, I find it to be quite romantic.
Now they kiss, and guess who's cucking now?
Milo.
Milo!
No, Amin.
Madrigal and Tyrese are at the scene of the dead bros.
Madrigal's doing some Jonathan Lipnicki and Jerry Maguire type facts.
Awful.
You know, the average male body has 12 pints of blood in him.
When Tyrese says, did you check the CCTV? He looks so surprised. He didn't think to check the CCTV at all.
You're a federal agent.
CT5 Force agents.
Al compares killing these 3 homies to drinking 36 beers. They get the footage, and finally, we can clip Judy Gemstone's enhance.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hang on, Levi. Go back to that picture, dude. Okay, zoom in. Zoom. Left. Go to 0.3 on the pixelation on that. Enhance that quadrant. Little tighter in. Those earrings are fucking cute, fucking bitch.
Not the doctor. These fuckers multiply.
Newscast position about the bodies.
There's a copycat vampire murderer now. Dr. Nick is still here? Oh man, I totally forgot about him. Where has he been?
I love Nicholas.
Diddling doctor's not going anywhere. He shows up to Milo's.
Who's drinking wine in a robe and got pills all over the place. Those pills do anything for you when you're a morb? I don't know. Look at me. I am reborn. I am the resurrection. Starts threatening Dr. Nick. Morb flash. Is Daddy cross?
Oh, Daddy.
Do you disapprove? What's the matter, Nicholas?
Oh.
Is Daddy cross? And I said, woo-hoo-hoo. You cannot tell me that this is intention. Zach, are you sure the doctor was diddling him, or was it the other way around?
No, Milo wasn't diddling the doctor as a child.
I don't know.
No, here's the thing. I mean, once he becomes a morb, once it's Morbin time for Milo, now he wants to flip the script.
Now he's turning tables.
He wants to be in power. Yeah.
The next thing he does is he grabs him and he gets uncomfortably close.
Gets real close.
You have to make out.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Emilio Estevez close.
And then he says, I've been more than a friend to you all this time, Milo.
You tell me he's not a diddling doctor. Okay, sure.
That's a lot of tension, man.
Artificial blood doesn't give him the fix he needs. Not the real shit. Milo's going to make Morb accept what he is. Now Milo is jealous of Morb always being Dr. Nick's favorite.
Perfect Michael. Selfless Michael.
This was not established
ever once.
Also,
Dad! Oh, Daddy.
Diddler says, Milo, if anything, you have the claim to being my favorite. And I said, oh.
What he tells all the crippled blood bags.
Other little boys who get bullied by the kids across the street.
You pitied me before. You're repulsed by me now. No shame in what we are. We are the few against the many.
He slashes the Diddler across the stomach with his claws. Tell Michael, I'm going to kill as many as I want.
You can't tell someone, hey, tell Michael this, and then fucking kill him. That's terrible strategy.
We didn't kill him. He cut his stomach and knocked him out.
He lived long enough hoping that this dude would figure out I can use my cell phone, basically.
Now we're back in the lab reading vampire books about wooden stakes, but that doesn't have anything to do with what Morbius is, so...
These are not scientific journals.
He's making an antibody, inhibits ferritin, massive iron overload, instant hemochromatosis, deadly to bats, fatal to humans. 2 doses, one for each of you. Martine doesn't want him to give up.
She is so turned on right now.
You could also strike a deal with the federal penitentiary system where you administer death sentences.
What kind of a deal?
You get to be their punching bag in return. You get all the blood you want.
I wasn't going to steal it.
Diddler calls him, trying to tell him about Milo.
More flesh.
Morbius shows up at Milo's. Diddler's slumped over, barely conscious.
Not quite dead.
You got to stop him.
I feel happy.
He could then hear Milo across the city, telling the hot doctor to call out for Michael. He's using his echolocation. He's hurting her throat.
He really is a cuck.
He goes Catwoman from rooftop to rooftop.
All caps, it's Morbid time, bitches. This is when you say it.
She's pulsating on the rooftop?
Yeah.
Why is she pulsating?
Her heartbeat's pulsing.
He never got to crack Dr. Bancroft, wasting all that time with serums.
Her throat is bleeding.
She's bleeding out.
She says to make it mean something.
Same note too, Martine. Make all of this mean something, please.
He kisses her for one more before she dies, and then she bites his lip and takes in the blood. Then he freaks out, bites her neck, roars like Wolverine. Milo is cucking and clapping.
I got horny.
So happy you drank the blood. Now it's time for a CGI vampire fight.
Looks like a video game.
Can I ask a question?
If it's about menstruation, no.
No, it's not. I capitulated on that.
Put that in the intro.
Why does Milo want him to fight? What does that accomplish?
He's trying to bring the animal out of him. He's trying to bring the fighter out of him. Because he wants them to go wreck shit around.
Why do they need to be tag teaming broads? He could just live in London and do whatever the fuck he wants.
No, he doesn't want to tag team broads.
That's what he wants, right?
No, he wants to eat up everybody.
I think he figures they're both invincible and that they'll wrestle it out and then be friends at the end.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that he has an antibody in his pocket. Regardless, they are CGI flying and sometimes it's slow motion, so we can almost see what happens, but not really. And at one point, he tosses him off a parking lot into the Wyman Hotel sign.
Is that a Pepsi sign situation? Because this sign, we've got letters falling down.
Got real excited as that W is falling like the Pepsi sign, and then they zoom away. Damn.
Is that a W or an M?
It's a V.
Then they realized when they went back, because they did this shit again, because it's the same writers, what if the sign hit him this time and the sign is the hero?
Yeah.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah.
It's really dark. Where the fuck are we? No clue. Milo's laughing. Morb's hanging upside down by his knees like a bat.
Yeah.
Not a curse. It's a gift.
He screeches. He drops down, bleeding into the water. It starts vibrating.
Sound waves zoom down a tunnel.
What?
Fuckload of bats fly out.
He summoned the bat column
and create a batnado around him. Milo picks up a pole, goes charging at him in slow-mo. He leaps at him. Morbius then commands the bats to knock him back
with a column of bats
against the wall. Keep him pinned down like the thugs in Samurai Cop were trying to keep the girl down while they were pouring grease on her. Morbius comes up and hits him with the serum, the antibodies.
And Milo instantly gets sad.
Why can't Milo command the bats? Doesn't he have the same superpowers?
He didn't know he could.
He didn't figure it out yet.
Figured everything else out pretty quick.
Also, Milo didn't have a column of bats in his house.
That's true.
Where he would go in and have them swarm around him.
He just had a diddling doctor.
You gave me my name from the beginning of the movie. Remember?
I remember everything. I read the whole script.
I thought we were going to go bang broads together or whatever he thought his fantasy was.
Morbius turns back to human.
You have to wait a goddamn moment of silence to remember dude's name. I know your name. Yeah, what's my name?
I know your name. Come on.
Come on, man. Why are you playing? Stop playing.
Milo apologizes and dies as the bats continue to swirl and police sirens come in. The FBI agents approach a giant hole in the ground as bats fly out, and Morb snuck out in the middle of it with his pink-purple smoke trail.
The hot doctor wakes up hotly. This is the hottest she's looked in the movie.
How's she still alive?
Well, because she's a vampire now.
Because he turned her into a vampire somehow, even though he didn't get turned into a vampire.
Now she's Batgirl.
That's not how vampirism works.
No, and he's also not a vampire.
No, because she drank some of his blood, and then he drank her blood. That's vampires.
But the main thing is that he just solved his problem, which is I had another Batman who wouldn't stop killing people.
Right.
So what does he do? He kills that one, and now he's introduced another into the world who's also probably going to start killing people.
Yeah, but hotly.
Okay.
This guy was a real cretin. This one's a hot one.
Close up on Morb face. The end?
No.
Mid credits. And by mid credits, I mean a minute and a half later.
8 seconds later?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey, it's Michael Keaton in a prison cell. Hope the food's better in this joint.
Wait, has he been in a prison cell the whole time, guys?
I don't know. He was glowing.
He glows and appears, and we get newscast position letting us know
immediately
that someone named Adrian Toomes appeared in an empty cell.
Am I supposed to know that was his name in the Spider-Man movie?
Yes.
If you watch Spider-Man Homecoming, yes.
I've seen it. That's not a fucking name I'm supposed to know.
Well, it's not Bruce Wayne. Does that help?
Because that's Morbius, right?
Because that's the Flash.
Master Dick.
We don't have a record for him, and he's going to have a hearing. He's almost certainly going to get out because he's innocent. He hasn't done anything here. We don't know who he is.
Could lead to his immediate release.
Oh, shit.
Back to the credits. 2 minutes later,
Morbius is doing an Audi commercial in the desert.
What the fuck?
Matthew McConaughey starts talking to the camera.
He's driving like he just dropped his son off with the Culkins to go on a fuck fest across the country, pretending to be in Japan right now.
You're a better man than me, Zach, because I refuse to take a single note about this scene.
Really? Okay.
Fuck you guys for all of this.
He gets out of the car, checks his watch, wind's picking up.
He can get his claws and eyes out without transforming. I'm hella confused.
He's now controlling it.
I guess so. And the Vulture shows up in his suit.
He's called the Vulture?
Adrian Toomes the Vulture.
The Vulture, yeah.
Don't say that like it's, I think he meant Eli Manning. Don't fucking say that like I'm supposed to know Adrian Toomes the Vulture.
You asked the question.
I didn't say it like Eli Manning because you didn't say anything at all. You didn't call him the Buzzard or some shit.
No, clip it. I want you to rewind and put it back in. Yeah, Adrian Toomes the Vulture.
You asked the question.
No, but you answered it like I asked, what's 2 + 2?
You didn't misidentify him, and then I corrected you. That's not the right application of Eli Manning.
Rewind it.
Stop giving me production work.
Rewind it and put it back in again. You're going to hear what a dick you sounded like as you answered that like I'm supposed to know that. Yeah, Adrian Toomes a Vulture. You don't know that?
That was on purpose.
Now wait till you see what my next pick is.
Oh, God damn it.
Clip this back and forth.
Thanks for meeting me, Doc. I've been reading about you.
I'm listening.
I'm not sure how I got here. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think. I'm still figuring this place out, but I think a bunch of guys like us should team up. Could do some good.
Intriguing.
First of all, it's all ADR. That's not Michael Keaton.
No?
Of course not.
They couldn't get him twice?
They are slapping us with exposition.
I think a bunch of guys like us should team up. Is the most lazy writing. Jared Leto's bitch ass. Intriguing.
Roll credits for good. What? Intriguing? That's all you got out of him?
Guys.
Was that a reshoot?
Zach, you're not a comic book guy. Give me an example of the most famous comic book villain there is.
Magneto?
Magneto's a great one.
Okay.
We just got a Magneto movie where he's clearly a good guy all the way through. And in the post-credit scene, a bad guy from another movie says, me and you could do a lot of shit together.
Intriguing.
And Magneto says, what the fuck? What happened? Do they even know what the fuck movie they were making?
No.
It's the same shit with Craven.
Yeah.
Remember Craven? He was a good guy the entire movie.
They still didn't figure it out. They never figured it out.
But Craven's a bad guy, right?
They're all bad guys.
Seatbelts fastened. Tray tables in an upright position. Here we go.
Plot liftoff.
Ooh.
I got Peter Dante looking downstairs. Look at the freaks.
Mine is going to be when he goes into the silo of bats and realizes he's their brother.
He's Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman.
I'm going to go. The Vulture showed up and said, yo, let's do some stuff together.
At the end?
Plot liftoff.
Before or after he says intriguing?
Right before.
Right before, okay.
That's the plot.
The plot lifts off and then he says one word and then roll credits.
The plot is intriguing.
When he says intriguing, it's already in the sky.
Yep.
You already missed the flight.
We're soaring.
Why don't you try telling us what the fuck happened?
Plot summary. You get a nice 104 seconds here, even though the movie was 90 seconds. There was 14 seconds of extra shit and Adrian Toomes the Vulture for you.
That's how you should have said it.
As opposed to
Adrian Toomes the Vulture. You dipshit.
You stupid fuck.
3, 2, 1.
It's Morbid time, guys. We've got Michael, the Dr. Morbius, or whatever else his name is. He is obsessed with bats in Costa Rica. But hey, 25 years earlier in Greece, he was a crippled kid with a crippled friend named Milo, and they found out that they have to get blood transfusions 3 times a day, and we found out he was gifted. So then he got sent to New York to be one of the X-Men, or maybe a really nice prep school or something. I don't know.
Evil medical school.
All of a sudden, he's rejecting the Nobel Prize for Science from the King of Sweden. And so we find out that he's created artificial blood, and he's got this experiment where he might be splicing bat DNA with human DNA, and he's figured it out.
Remixing.
Sorry. He's remixing, and it turns him into Batman. He figures it out. He turns into Batman, except he starts drinking blood. And when he has artificial blood, it runs out in 6 hours and sometimes 4 hours and 22 minutes. When he drinks red blood out of the humans, it lasts days, maybe weeks, maybe forever. We don't know. Then his friend Milo is rich from being diddled all the time. And so he also finds out about the serum.
30.
He decides, I'm going to take it too. He gets evil. Morbius, kind of, I think, evil as well, but less evil. Maybe wants to be kind of good, but is also evil. They end up fighting. Milo uses the hot doctor as bait. She ends up falling in love with Morbius. She bites his lip when they kiss as she's about to die. He then drinks her blood.
10.
She passes out. Morbius and Milo fight. The bats end up killing him. He ends up getting the hot doctor to wake up, and then Adrian the Tomb's Vulture shows up, and now they're going to fight Spider-Man, I guess. Morbid time.
3, baby. 1, 2.
Look, do me a favor. I don't want to do a countdown before I do the scene.
Countdown.
No countdown. Can we just do it off of action?
Just in your own time. Good. So
I'm not a rocket ship, okay?
All right.
Dr. Michael Morbius is a cripple who borrows rusty blades to draw his hepatitis-riddled blood in the middle of Costa Rica. Why is he doing that? Glad you asked. It all started 25 fucking years ago in Greece. He's in a halfway house for cripples, and a new cripple named Lucian shows up, and Michael's such a dick, he tells him his new name is Milo, because that was the name of the other 3 kids who had the same bed before they all died. I hope you guys caught that part out, by the way. That's why they keep calling him Milo. And you know what's crazy? Not only does Lucian go along with it, but so does the adult doctor operator of this facility. Anyway, Michael saves Lucian with a ballpoint pen or some shit that sends him on a path to being a science genius. Cut back to present day, and he's a cripple who sees fit to go all the way to Sweden to turn down the Nobel Prize for his research, which he feels like is incomplete, but not incomplete enough for him to not fly to Sweden. He flies back with Sweden, and his experimental research of diddling bats pays off immediately. We find out he works with fine-ass Dr. Bancroft, who he's been crushing on, but obviously hasn't done shit because, well, you know, he's a cripple. Milo, who's a billionaire somehow and funding the research, lets us know in a way that he's slightly jealous of the X, but the X isn't Dr. Bancroft, it's Michael. Anyway, he decides to do human testing with the serum, so he goes out to St. Simon to do his experiment, but he turns into a vampire and murders his whole crew because he thought they killed fine-ass Dr. Bancroft before he had a chance to seal the deal. She's not dead, though. She's just hospitalized.
30.
Tyrese and this other dude from the FBI are suspicious as to why a ship full of dudes got sucked off. Milo visits Morbius in the lab, finds him fiending for blood, and says, pass that shit over here.
20.
Milo eventually puts the shit inside him. He becomes a super guy, visits the guy in prison, breaks him out. These fucking start fighting. They die. She dies. They all live. I don't know. It's
Morbid time.
It's more.
You were at this ship with like 22 seconds left. I couldn't believe it.
3, 2, 1. A nerdy cripple wants to solve crippledom for him and his cripple bestie who happens to be super rich for some barely developed reason. So he splices his genes with vampire bats.
Remix.
Thanks to funding from his crippled bestie. But guess what? It backfires. And now he's a vampire or a bat or a batpire. But he's not a cripple anymore. He's actually hot and buff. His crippled bestie is jealous. He wants to be hot and buff too, so he also takes the serum. And now these 2 lifelong cripples are hot buff dudes who can walk and parkour and drink tequila and do squirrel suit shit in the subway. The problem is the bestie doesn't want to drink only artificial blood. He wants that top shelf real life human blood, but he's killing too many people. And now the nerdy cripple has to bring him down. So he makes an antibody and kills him. Morb money, Morb problems.
Oh, okay. 44 seconds to go.
You don't want to talk about Adrian Toombs, the Vulture?
Nah.
No, he's good.
This episode is brought to you by PetSmart. Stop by for Yappy Hour with your pet at PetSmart.
Save $5 on walk-in grooming services like nail trims, ear cleaning, brushing, and more. No appointment needed every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m. And while you're there, Yappy Hour includes exclusive in-store deals, like 25% off pet toys. Visit services.petsmart.com/grooming to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Cadillac. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Cadillac Certified Service Fresh Start Tire event. Visit Cadillac.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only, highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
Who cares if you lose the game? You got this off your chest. I mean, it's just one night of bar trivia.
One night of bar trivia is sacrosanct to us.
If I were even slightly suicidal,
incredible start,
I would jump off this balcony so fast, man. Every time I look at it, it calls my name. It'd be so fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those where you're like, this is so high up. What if I did?
And it's not just what if I did. I'm not talking about the guy that fell at that Pirates game. I'm talking about full on sprint.
Yeah.
Put a chair there. First step on the chair, second step on the top of the thing.
I don't think it would go as you think, though. I think it'd be like those kids who think they can jump off their friend's back and dunk.
Oh, yeah.
I think you would hit the railing and then just go tumbling down the side of the building.
You know how I want to jump? I want to jump off of it like Samuel L. Jackson in The Rock at the start of The Other Guys.
Oh, yeah. Aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes and do this the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Trivia is sink or sank. Jared Leto committed to capturing Michael Morbius's limping state and used crutches even off camera.
I love that.
This proved to be troublesome for the crew at times when the actor reportedly took 45-minute treks to the bathroom. Pushing him in a wheelchair was a loophole solution around these delays.
I love that.
That's by far,
I love that,
one of my favorite pieces of trivia ever in the history of Cinephobe.
Ever.
The fact that he was so in character method that it took him 45 minutes to go to the bathroom. And Zach, that's where it hit me. There's something about Mary. No, don't help.
Yeah. Everyone was all falling all over themselves because of how Heath Ledger got in the character for the Joker and everything. And oh my God, let's all masturbate to that. But no one's going to be appreciative of this?
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Jared Leto claimed that Michael Morbius' personality was close enough to his own that he didn't find it necessary to use his famous method approach in his portrayal of the character. Despite how much fun he had, he still found the role quite challenging due to it being less character-driven than his previous performances. He explained that he opted to avoid prosthetic makeup for his character's monstrous transformation. Quote, initially we were going to use prosthetics, but I really fought for CG. Obviously, it's the future, and it was exciting to work with these incredible people that are on the cutting edge of technology. I just thought it would give us a lot more freedom.
Absolutely.
According to Leto, this movie is a first date, and he envisions many more Morbius movies to come. We're just getting to know each other. This is us kind of at that first step forward. And I just think if you look at Wolverine, you look at Batman, you look at a lot of these films and they evolve over time. You know, there's a relationship that develops there. And who knows? But the Sinister Six head-to-head with Spider-Man, we'll see what the future holds.
Zach, he sounds pretty enthusiastic about like this storyline, this arc, this character, right?
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense because he said he did it for the money, basically. All this is for a paycheck.
That was Jared Harris.
Oh.
I think you mean Jared Harris, who admitted he started this movie because, quote, I have a mortgage to pay, you know. Sometimes you say yes to things because you need to make money. CT5 crash more.
Now, this is an Eli Manning situation.
Yes, this is it. This is what it sounds like when you do an Eli Manning.
Well, I think it's reasonable for Jared Leto to believe there will be more to come because everyone who's played Batman, there have been more Batman movies. He was Batman.
You know what? There's a lot of trivia here. I could go through all of it, but I really just want to get to this Tyrese thing.
Oh, boy.
There's 2 pieces that are phenomenal. Tyrese Gibson stated in an interview that the film was actually part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is promptly denied by Sony, who said they had no idea why he'd say that. Didn't help that the film's trailer, which had been released over a year earlier, makes a point of featuring Michael Keaton as apparently his MCU character, Adrian Toomes, the Vulture. Keaton himself would confirm it was Toomes, while also expressing that he himself was confused on how or if it's supposed to be connected. The final movie confirms that it's set in the Spider-Man cinematic universe, with Keaton's Vulture being somehow transported from the MCU to the SSU after Doctor Strange's second spell. But Zach, not even the funniest Tyrese trivia. Tyrese says in an interview with Maxim in April 2020, My character was originally white and they made him black, but I like to say he was a white guy who got a good tan. Stroud sports a high-tech weapons-grade arm in the film. That arm has all kinds of special effects and powers, and that's going to mess people up when they see this movie. It's my first time ever officially being a superhero. I've done some superhero shit, but I ain't never been a superhero. I had to explain this to my daughter.
What?
Yes.
He doesn't do anything.
He thought he had a super arm?
A super arm.
When?
From Afghanistan?
Him losing his arm in Afghanistan, the way it was saved was with a bionic arm that had lasers.
Like Jax?
Like fucking Winter Soldier, Cable, everyone who loses an arm in any fucking movie and is replaced with a bionic arm. And he literally told his daughter, by the way, he then goes on to start talking about parenthood. I've never known love like this before. When you have kids, it takes you to levels that you didn't even know you had. You have a bottom line that you never know you had. You don't put up with agents and managers and entourage and family that's trying to disrespect you, take advantage of you. You have zero tolerance for this bullshit.
What?
I just want to say to all the fans and readers of Maxim, thank you for continuing to support me and stand with me and show me love all these years. It's something that I do not take for granted. This is Tyrese giving the interview of his life, saying it's full circle now. I've been on the sidelines for long enough. I am now a fucking superhero. Look at my arm.
In the MCU.
Look what it does. I'm in the MCU.
And my character was supposed to be white.
But we don't see that.
They must have cut around it or cut it out. Maybe that's why he catches that Morb punch.
Okay.
Maybe.
So he says that fatherhood has changed him, right? This is 2020? Did this interview happen?
Yes. April of 2020. It's right before the pandemic.
Never knew a love like this, changed him, all this stuff, right? Sometime in 2021, I briefly dated an interior designer who went to his house here in LA or the LA area, way out in the hills. Part of his house is a strip club.
Nice.
Part of his house is also a Benihana.
Yeah, that's true.
Zach, you know how hard it is to get your interior redesigned?
Sure.
To get the strip club out? What are you going to do?
Maybe that's what he changed into, though.
It's a strip club where his kids are.
Mace, please clip from fucking the breakup.
That's called aesthetics. It warmed this place up so it didn't look like an army barracks, which it was about to.
I'll tell you what it's called in his language, depreciated. That's what it's called. Unless the next buyer happens to have your same Zulu voodoo land taste.
So, Amin, I'm flabbergasted because I have more Tyrese trivia that I thought for sure you were going to get to.
Oh.
And here we go. A fake Martin Scorsese quote refuting his superhero movie stance circulated online saying, quote, I was aghast to find out it was based on a comic book. This is the truest height of cinema, and even I cannot top it. A wise man admits when he is wrong, and I was wrong. I apologize to all comic book movies. Tyrese got fooled by this quote and posted it on his Instagram with the caption, wow, 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 I can't believe what just happened. 8 periods. Cheers and hats off to you, Daniel Espinosa. This is so amazing, King. This is the king of kings of cinema, Martin Scorsese. This is huge.
Zach, if you were in Morbius, it's out, it's being watched by people, everyone's seen it, and then you saw a quote from Martin Scorsese saying,
I was wrong. Truest height of cinema.
About Morbius.
Do I think that he's seen the cut that has my robotic arm?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Wow, wow, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Do I think that he's seen the cut where he's like, I think that agent's supposed to be white. This is clearly a black man. This is Cinema.
Cinema. Zach, you know the scene where he beats up the thug and then he says, I am Venom?
Mm-hmm.
In the trailer, he says, just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service. For some reason, they cut that line out. Rather than having a reshoot, rather than doing ADR, they just cut out the part where he says, I'm Dr. Michael Morbius at your service and left, I am Venom in the movie for no fucking reason.
They didn't need a second Venom reference.
They did.
Oh.
The New York scenes were filmed in Manchester's Northern Quarter, UK.
No.
All city lights, signs, and license plates were changed to match those found in New York. So everything that was New York was Manchester. Them walking down the street with crowds of people, Manchester.
Yeah.
The trailer shows graffiti of Spider-Man that reads murderer. However, that shot doesn't appear in the movie. Director confirmed it was added by the studio without his involvement, suggesting that the shot was added to piggyback on Spider-Man. Trailer has a shot of Michael Keaton saying to Morbius, hey, Dr. Mike, you and I should stay in touch. Doesn't appear in the finished movie, and it implies that his part in the movie was originally bigger. Michael Keaton, in retrospect, says that his cameo made no sense. remarking that the crew couldn't even seem to give him a rational explanation for why he was there.
While he was filming, he didn't understand what was going on. By the way, Zach, did you like Daniel Espinosa's job directing this movie?
Yeah, I think he did a good job.
You think it would have been better if F. Gary Gray did it?
Ooh, not bad, yeah.
How about if Antoine Fuqua did it?
Oh, now we're fucking talking.
So this is my favorite thing. They asked Antoine Fuqua, why did you turn down the offer to direct this movie? And he said, as a kid, I grew up with comic books. They talked to me about Black Panther years ago, way back in the day. There's some reason they came up and they talked to me at Sony about Morbius. I don't know. I have a 13-year-old son, so I'm watching more of that again, and it's exciting to do that. I'd love to create a new one, but something that's closer to what I get excited about. In other words, I read the script, and I said, hell fuck no. Or excuse me, hell fuck no.
Hell fuck no.
The original cut had Carnage as one of Morbius's prisoners before the film was reshuffled and placed 8 movies ahead of where it was originally going to be. The film was set to be released on July 31st, 2020. Then coronavirus affected the film industry, moved to March 19th, 2021, January 11th, 2022, January 28th, 2022, and was finally released on April Fool's Day, 2022. Sony Pictures subsequently began moving their release date for 2020 films, including Venom Let There Be Carnage. The negative reception toward the film generated an ironic meme culture surrounding it with praise, quote unquote, which led Sony to re-release it on June 3rd, 2022. This re-release also performed poorly, making $280,000 over the weekend.
They really thought, because people were making memes about It's Morbid time, that maybe, just maybe, we can win back some of this money by putting it back in the theaters.
That's fucking nuts.
During the 2023 writer's strike, screenwriter Joshua Conkle had a sign that said, if you can re-release Morbius, you can pay us. Morbius had a brief cameo in the deleted alternate ending of Blade as a tease for his planned appearance in Blade 2 as the main villain. However, he wasn't included in the sequel because Marvel had sold the character's rights to Artisan Entertainment to produce a standalone Morbius film that ultimately was never made. It received 5 Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Picture, and ended up winning Worst Actor for Jared Leto and Worst Supporting Actress for Adria Arjona.
What?
I love her.
Despite all the memes, Morbius never actually says it's Morbin time or uses Morb as a verb. Get Morb, stand back, I'm about to Morb. It's a joke that relies on the assumption that nobody has seen the movie and therefore nobody can confirm or deny whether Morbius actually says that. Of course, this hasn't stopped a good number of people from honestly thinking the line is in the film and coming out of a viewing disappointed.
If you're going to believe that, you got to believe the citrus community.
For sure.
That there are people who went to go see the movie before the Morb lines came out.
How do you not believe the citrus community? Hasn't that been proven?
He's asking you, Maze.
It's 2-1.
There's a lot more than 2.
It's 2-1.
Yeah.
Almost all the time on this podcast. Doesn't stop you guys from being wrong.
It's a lot more than 2-1. It's the entire citrus community.
Go one of their meetings and report back.
Christmas time, we will.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that's groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You firing me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Lewis Pinnock Accent Award. Is it Matt Smith and Jared Leto pretending to be crippled?
We use that word a lot in this episode.
I was going to go with the helicopter pilot, saying Vamos. You don't speak Spanish. You shouldn't be doing that.
Any other nominees?
How about this? The city of Manchester pretending to be New York.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right.
You would have never known other than the subways.
You would have known.
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five Horsemen, chess, origami, Morb flashes, bullet time, it's Morbin time, cripples.
Same note too, Morbius, exposition, jargon.
Milo.
What does that mean?
Because it's not his name. Yet everyone went along with it instantly.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
Including the closed captioning.
So bullying?
Bullying. There you go.
Blood?
It's not enough blood. I thought it'd be more blood.
Actually isn't a lot of blood.
Origami was off to a hot start for me, but I don't think it paid off, carried through to the end.
Not at all. I think bullying is probably it.
Bullying because it includes Milo and it includes Peter Dante.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on, fuck it, ass off. Ass on, fuck it, ass off.
Michael Biehn Memorial Ass On Award. Jared Leto as Dr. Michael Morbius.
Oh, he was good.
Tyrese Gibson as Simon Stroud.
He was good too.
Tyrese was pretty bad.
It was the nurse. It's Anna.
Nurse was terrible.
She had 2 scenes and she was ass on in both of them.
Yeah, she was bad. The helicopter pilot was bad too, but he had one scene.
Volume.
Nurse Kristen Sutton.
Single mom has twin girls.
Twins, yeah. Not anymore.
Single mom with twins. That means she's ready to go. Nurse, single mom. Done deal, bro.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. Al Madrigal as Al Rodriguez. Adria Arjona as Dr. Martine Bancroft.
Odd Doctor.
Fine ass Dr. Bancroft.
And I thought Matt Smith wasn't bad as Milo.
He was good.
Diddling Doctor's pretty good.
Jared Harris, yeah. Dr. Nicholas, all right.
Jared Leto's not bad in this. I wouldn't say ass off, but he's not bad.
He's definitely not ass on.
He's an Academy Award winning actor.
So you're saying he's as good as Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
No.
Because they both have one Academy Award.
No, because Nicolas Cage has been robbed of several.
So is Jared Leto.
No, he hasn't. Name one other movie he's been robbed of.
Morbius.
No. You won't even give him ass off. Give him ass off and then maybe.
I'm not the Academy.
Anthony Tumis, the Vulture, whatever the fuck his name is.
Anthony Tumis.
Ass off?
It's Tony Dumas.
Keaton showing up at the end. Doesn't know why he's here. Ass off?
He was ass off.
You know what? For not knowing why he was there.
And he had 2 scenes.
Keaton.
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
It fits you like a baseball mitt, like a glove, I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees. You guys had the Greek kids bullying the shit out of the hospital.
Look at these Greek kids.
I had Declining a Nobel Prize. And my winner, Morbius and Martine kiss. Immediate cut to Milo cucking.
Oh, yeah.
Instant. At a distance in front of the subway.
That's a great one.
That was my pick.
Also got Dr. Nicholas Call and Lucian Milo as well. Everyone's in on it. I read it in Cosmo, and then, do they still make Cosmo?
Ass on in that scene.
I had the same reaction when you guys were talking about Tyrese's Maxim magazine interview. I'm like, Maxim?
They still make Maxim?
And then the prison guard calling Milo Your Highness.
That was good.
But no, give me Peter Dante and friends outside. Everything involving them.
Yeah, I don't want to have the same one as Amin. So I'm going to say how hot the doctor looked when she woke up, when she came back to life at the end. Because she's got to get something here.
She's fucking awesome.
Well, Zach, you morbed it, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I like that.
Morb.
This was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was expecting like one of the worst movies we've ever done. It's not that bad. It moves along. The action's really bad. The CGI is really bad. But as a movie, it wasn't that bad. The sign falling, I thought we were going to have a Pepsi sign situation. I got real excited and I was about to automatically file this thing when that sign started crashing down. I didn't love the Batnado. I didn't
lie.
Remixing bat blood and human blood.
DNA.
Oh yeah, DNA. You can't say remix. You can't have all this jargon and say remix.
You can't jargon it and then say remix, yeah.
For as bad as the writing is, the movie is pretty passable. Give Keaton a couple other scenes. It's an easy file. I love him. I could have used more Hot Doctor.
A lot more Hot Doctor.
If they had one scene after she wakes up and now she's kind of a vampire or a Batgirl or whatever she is.
And she's out of control, sucking left and right.
That's an easy file. This is going to be a tepid phobe. It might get changed when we do a rewatchington at some point. But it's a tepid phobe out of respect for the Hot Doctor and Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I want you to put tepid phobe in there.
Or TP.
Or TP, yeah. I mean?
Mine isn't tepid. It's just a phobe. I needed a sex scene with the doctor.
Oh.
I don't mean I needed to see a sex scene with the doctor. I personally needed a scene having sex with the doctor in order for me to file this. She was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, she was awesome.
Did you think the movie was that bad?
All I could think of was how much I hate you.
I guess my expectations were so low.
Oh, man.
Watching, I was like, this isn't that bad. It's not good.
The memes created a bigger shadow cast from this movie than I thought it deserved.
I thought we were watching a 0%, something awful.
Let me be clear. It's not Craven. Craven was fucking awful.
It's better than Craven.
Craven is instant garbage. The trash can in my brain, like the one in your MacBook. Like, I don't remember anything from that movie other than the vest and the lion. This was better than Craven. Unfortunately, it's like saying, oh, being waist deep in shit is better than being neck deep in shit. You're still in shit. Phobe.
This movie never had a chance. It's got Jared Leto as the main actor, and it's in the bastardized Sony universe. It's an easy phobe.
Now, Maze, I'm seeing a phobe on the spreadsheet instead of tepid phobe in my square there.
Yeah, that's right.
It should probably be a different color, right? It should be not a full red.
We're doing adjective phobes and files now. We're changing the spectrum after 269 years.
I'm sorry, don't we have spite phobe in there somewhere?
Got 2 spite phobes on there. 2 spite phobes.
Yeah, so I would like tepid phobe.
TP.
Motion's denied.
Or I'll spite file it right now. I will spite file it right now.
Do it.
Spite file.
That's how little it means.
Green it. Spite file. Because I will watch it again. I'll watch it tonight. It's Morbid time tonight. After Thunder Nuggets, it's Morbid time.
I think it's Morbid time during Thunder Nuggets. It's impressive how little happens in 90 minutes.
Not a lot happens, yeah. But it moves.
The flashback to them as kids was over before I was ready for that to be over. They never really established Matt Smith before he turns into a bad guy, and then they never established him as a bad guy. The whole time he's like, hey, Morb, let's go fucking party and like be cool and have ripped abs and shit.
Yeah.
And Morbius is like, no, it's a curse. Oh, I'm a failed scientist. I turned down Nobel Prizes and I immediatally undo my own superpowers.
I would make a bunch of excuses too if I thought I had a chance with Dr. Bancroft. Oh, can't go out tonight.
Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Experiments. Yeah, science.
I'm going to be the only ripped one here. I'm sorry. I can't.
That's the other part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to redo this whole episode with the frame of mind.
Put
Like,
me down for a phobe. I can't file this. This is a phobe. This has got to be red, man. This has got to be a red sweep.
The shortest lived file. Cinephobe history. You morbed it.
Send us your phober file, ass on, ass off, golden dumpster, 5 horsemen, loose pinnock, plot liftoff, talk hoop, start the main, corn puzzle, Cinephobe pod, count the dings. Or drop in the Discord by being a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
All right. Well, after this, not really a vampire movie, it made me sad all over again that we can't do Vampire's Kiss. What I think about every time. I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. But we are going to stay in this domain. I thought more of the Twilight movies were eligible, but only 2 and 5 are.
Yeah.
Really thought about it. Thought about jumping into 2. Thought about jumping into 5. Getting weird.
You can't hurt me with them. I'll watch them. I'll pick them.
But then I really wanted to get back to something we haven't done in a while, which is the next Jim Carrey. We haven't had a good next Jim Carrey in a while, you know. Definitely not one in this movie. And I figured, why not have the next Jim Carrey be Jim Carrey? So we're going to Once Bitten Vampires.
Oh.
It's on Tubi or Pluto. Jim Carrey's first movie.
hey, man, you know he used to be in Living Color?
Careful.
That's what Pluto's going to say.